crashed about a mile from the hospital, right there on US 1, kind of coming up the hill, right there. Where the projects kind of deal. Just that far over the line, evidently. Just dozed. I didn't doze.
Yeah, I wish I was with you.
And I felt alright.
Hey, let me ask you a couple questions.
Yeah, it was October.
When did you do the attachment? Now, you know the Georgia high school's sportsmanship thing, because they don't have that up here for me to read. They did.
7 o'clock.
I don't think I got it. We're fixing to go on the air.
I don't know how early do you go on the air?
I don't, but if you want to
I
just.
thought he said about 30 minutes earlier to talk about what's going on.
Well, what the heck's going on? Yeah, you better go. I bet we won't talk about what's going on without you here.
I asked for
Hey, Rev,
I hadn't seen this.
wash your hands.
He said she may have it.
Okay. Yeah. We gotta go at 7. Go ahead and put a picture up.
Okay, I'll have somebody go down there and look and see. It might be in what's on this side. So it might be the box that was in the press box. The ticket box. Ticket.
happy to have you here with us tonight as we take on Brantley County in a scrimmage game. I will ask at this time if everyone will please stand. Gentlemen, please remove your cap. We want to direct our attention to the northeast corner of our field where our beautiful American flag is flying. At this time, if you will join me with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. If you will remain standing.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Marquia Stevens, a sophomore at Bacon County High School. I have a small message prepared for the athletes tonight, followed by the Lord's Prayer. When I instruct you to do so, please stand and follow along if you wish. If the team is to reach its true potential, each player must be willing to subordinate his or her personal goals for the good of the team. The process of success is hard work, unity, dedication to the job at hand, and the determination that whether you win or lose, you have applied the best of yourself to the task at hand. These principles can be applied not only as a team, but also in life, relationships, and as a family. I would like to wish both teams the best of luck tonight. Now let us stand and bow our heads as we join together and sing the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
We're going to do the national anthem.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Morris Johnson Stadium. You may be seated. We'd like to welcome Brantley County Hares to our stadium tonight. We hope you are ready and excited for the season to get started as we are. I'd like to introduce tonight's referees for you. The referee tonight from the Gold Leaf Football Association. The referee is Gary Coker. The umpire is Caleb Walker. The head linesman, Mike Martin. Line judge, David Parker. The side judge, Bruce Revis. The back judge, Caleb King. And the referee operating the clock, Mr. Gary Simmons. Thank you very much. Real quick announcement tonight, the Lady Raiders are currently playing in a softball tournament in Tatton County. Their first game.
Good to see Teresa doing as good as she is, ain't it?
Really?
And Miss Madison Taylor hit a grand slam during that game.
Hey, Brent, when we going to go live?
For 15 minutes about whatever. Welcome, Raider Nation, to our broadcast of Bacon County Red Raider football live here from Morris Johnson Stadium. I'm Lance Wade, and alongside me I have the Rev, Travis Peavy.
Well, it's good to be here. We're looking forward to another great season. This is just a scrimmage game, and we're trying to work out some kinks to make sure that we can bring you a quality program each and every Friday night. We want to go ahead and thank Cohen's of Alma and Southeast Propane for sponsoring the pregame show. It would be very difficult for us to bring this type of program without our sponsors, and we appreciate them. Tonight, football is in the air. The crowd is starting to gather in, and even though it is just a scrimmage game and we're still some 15 minutes away from kickoff, we can tell that people are ready to see some football take place. I don't know about you, but I'm ready, Lance.
Absolutely. The field is beautiful. I don't see any bad spots. I see a beautiful BC out there in the middle. It's football season, Rev.
Exactly. I was telling someone the other day, that I'm so ready for football season that I'm actually staying up and watching the reruns of preseason pro football. You get to see the starting quarterback for about 5 or 6 plays, and then they take them off and watch a bunch of scrubs run up and down the field trying to earn a position. But that's how ready I am for football. Speaking of the Bacon County Red Raiders, we're coming off a very successful season last year where we went to the first round of the state playoffs. Nobody really expected it. Coach Bobby Johns came in and has established a winning program, and really, if you look at the time that he came in, limited amount of workouts that he was able to get our kids in and get them to buy in. It's just an outstanding job that was done last year. Now we're going to begin to see the beginning of what Coach Johns and his staff can really do with Bacon County this year.
It is exciting to see the players. I know this morning early when we had breakfast, it was awesome to see the kids keep piling in, and it was amazing just to see 50 or 60 kids this morning. And you know what, Rev? They're a little bit bigger than they were last year.
You know, I'm glad you said that. I was about to ask you that very question. Have you noticed?
They definitely eat more.
I know, and you know, their arms, their biceps are starting to protruding out from their shirts. They're thicker in the hips. Their legs are more defined, and you know, they just look like football players. They've got that swag about them, and we were looking, you and I were talking just a minute ago about all the youth that we still have. We've got a lot of sophomores that are playing this year that last year were starters, and now they come back and they're seasoned veterans just as sophomores. So we got quite a bit of that to look forward to. Very excited about our senior quarterback and his leadership, Matt Thrift, who last year was outstanding in all that he done. He was when your best player is your quarterback, and he's also your best defensive player, and that's not taking anything away from any of our kids. We got some great kids out there, but the leader of this team, maybe not the most outspoken guy, but the guy that comes up and lays the hit when you need it on the defense, or the guy that turns the corner and sticks his nose in there and gets that tough 3 yards, Matt Thrift, and I'm excited about what he's bringing him, and I'm excited for him for his senior year. There is a touch of sadness, though, and that sadness is this is his last year. We wish him the best, and, of course, we're looking forward to what Bacon County can do this year.
It's pretty clear he leads on the football field as well, Rev. He's not an outspoken individual. He just kind of smiles and gets the job done. That's a class act. Speaking of sophomores, we have half of our team, our starters here tonight, or at least half the team anyway, are sophomores. And so that's exciting when you think about the years to come, what we're going to be looking like. John seems to be really building a quality program here, something that's not just going to last this year, but years to come.
Very, very excited about the program that he is putting together. Of course, my son has joined the coaching staff, and he keeps me up to date daily about what's going on. And right now, as we're talking, you can see our senior leadership stepping out to the middle of the field to meet the Brantley County Herons. Unfortunately, we don't have a roster from Brantley County, so we're just going to be calling their numbers tonight. But as you look, you can see the back, our number 5. You're going to hear a lot out of him this year. DeJuan Merritt, he's going to be a starting defensive end and also starting fullback. number 11, Richard Crawford, maybe the most gifted athlete that we've got on the team. Quite a running back and an outstanding linebacker. Moved there last year, linebacker, out of necessity because of injuries, and he wound up finding a home, making all region as a linebacker. And, of course, number 6, old Steady, Matt Thrift. All of these seniors, all of these representing, and they look good. We're excited about what they're going to bring to the table this year. And as you can see, the referee just flipped a coin. I don't think we're going to have kickoffs tonight or the special teams, trying to keep our players from being injured or either team. I remember about 10 years ago, I was watching a Coffee High preseason game, and an all-region D1 prospect for Coffee High. I can't remember his name right now, but he came down the first play of preseason and blew his knee out, wasn't able to play all year of his senior season. So that happened in a preseason game, and we're trying to cut down on injury. Football is somebody said it's a contact sport. No, we got contact sports. Football's a collision sport, as you well know, and so there's always a chance for people to get hurt. But in this right here, we're trying to cut down the possibilities of injury as much as we can.
It looks like Brantley County won the toss, and they elect to choose in the second half. They defer to the second half. Rev, I saw for Brantley County there, that 71, I could see his whole face up here in the press box. He was a full head above our guys. I don't know if that says anything, but he looks like he has a nice grill on him. They're getting the music started. It's football time, ladies and gentlemen. It's football time.
Macon County this year is coming into a brand new region. We got realigned this year. We're no longer single A, where we've been with the Clinch counties and the Charlton counties and some of those that we've got used to playing over the years. We're now in 2AA, and we've taken on a brand new set of problems, or brand new set of adversaries. Bacon, along with Atkinson County, came into the region with Metter, Vidalia, Toombs, Bryan County, McIntosh Academy, Benedictine out of Savannah. Of course, Jeff Davis, our rival, and then Long County from Ludowici. That's going to be our region schedule this year. We've got 9 region games. The top 4 going to the playoffs. And I look for Bacon County, good Lord willing, providing we don't get hurt. We're kind of thin. We've got just don't have a lot of bodies to compete in a 2AA or a 2A top football. Most of the people that we face this year are going to bring more players in than what we do. But that's, you know what, that's not always a good thing. Our guys get into the flow of the game. If we can keep them injury free, then I think we're gonna see great things out of Bacon County this year.
Well, they've played the music. We've gotten it going. The crowd's on their feet as Brantley County marches in here on the south end of the stadium. It looks like we're fixing to get it going. I'll tell you what, Rev, I'm not sweating at all up in here. And I know these guys have put a lot of practice in, put a lot of time in. I know before school started, they've been practicing for hours, and they've been hitting each other. And I'm sure it's just about time. And a little bit of football I've played, I know I was always excited to hit somebody else besides somebody who was on my own team.
Well, I think that's exactly the case tonight. Coach John said something yesterday. I was interviewing him for a radio program, and I said, I know it's just a scrimmage game. He said, you know as well as I do that when you put on your uniform and you step between the lines against another team, it's not just a scrimmage game. It's a football game. We're going to approach it like a football game, and we're going to play to win. And that, if they're keeping score, it's a game.
That's a fact. That's the coach in him. And nobody that's competitive in anything likes to lose, especially when it comes to football. When you line up against that guy across from you, you not only want to win the game, you want to win that play. And they're going to do battle here tonight, even though we are calling this thing preseason. I promise you, when those guys go to lining up against each other, they're not going to know that this game doesn't go down in the books.
No, sir. We want to be able to play. Heard and this I guess is a little bit of a slam against Brantley County, but somebody texted me today. One of my friends whose sons are playing. Here they come.
Led by DeJuan Merritt.
what's he carrying? A sledgehammer there? They come to work. They didn't come to
That's
play.
right.
They come to work.
That's right. They've got some unfinished business. I think they're not satisfied with where they've been. They're looking to go different places. I see a big 73. I think he could line up against 71 out there, Rev.
Well, he's going to get his chance tonight. Big number 73 played for us last year. He was constantly always in the fray last year. He was a starter, Kyrie Jenkins. You know what? Kyrie's a big boy, and I can understand what he's going through. But Kyrie's slimmed up a little bit, and he's really worked hard. And I come out to practice some and watch practices, Lance. He's always sweated down. He's having to work twice as hard as everybody else because he's carrying twice as much weight as everybody else. But he's one of our better offensive and one of our better defensive linemen. So the big boy, even though he's big, he is athletic, and we need that.
Football is a power game, is it not? And so big isn't bad on the football field, I can promise you. It is exciting to be here, Rev. I appreciate even this opportunity. It's just awesome when football season comes around just to be a part of it, just to see the kids and look at the sparkle in their eye, if you will. They're excited to be playing a game. This is why they've put in all the effort they've put in, and this is what it's about. You've got the music going in the stadium. This is the Super Bowl for these boys.
That's right. You know, you get a gifted athlete every now and then that comes through and is able to go past high school and play some college sports. And just once in a great while, you'll find one that is able to go and make it a living. Make a living at playing football. But the majority of these kids, this is the highlight. They're going to be talking about it like I do. 30 years later.
Lying about it or talking about it. Here come the Herons. They take the field on the opposite side here with about 3 minutes to go till game time. Johns has got our boys huddled up there. Looks like he's giving them a last-minute pep talk. And so we're going to take a break here for just a second, and we'll come back to you. All right, we're back at it. They've lined it up. Of course, we let you know they're not going to do kickoffs here in the preseason just to avoid injury. But we're going to line it up, and Matt Thrift's going to get under center here, and we're going to get this thing going. Talk to me, Ref.
Yeah, man. We see Kyrie, just like you talked, lined up over big number 71, who's an imposing-looking figure. They're big across the front. We're going to see this defense come against us a lot this year.
Handoff up the middle.
And we run right at their power. We got a couple of yard gain, looks like. DeJuan Merritt, number 71's already running off the field. Looks like he may have a
hey, that'll work.
Well, looks like he may have a
equipment malfunction
issue
there
or something. Yeah, his helmet came off. We run right at their strength.
Hey, Rev, guess what?
A lot. Yeah.
It's football season.
It sure is.
They just started, just handed it off. 2nd down and 8 for our Red Raiders. Crawford in motion, the give. He keeps it, pulls it back.
Oh, that was a play.
Yeah.
That really was fixing to be a play.
He pitches it to Crawford. He bobbles it.
Well, he pitched it behind him a little bit, but you got to be able to make that. I don't know that the distance was right. I don't know that they had their distances right. It looked to me like Crawford was a little bit too close for the pitch. If he had been a little bit wider, that he may have very well carried that one to the house.
I think he was ready to go, too. A little anxious, ready to get it upfield.
You know, last year, this is a triple option, but last year we pitched the ball one time all year long, and here we are, second play of the season, and already pitching it. So Coach Johns has been able to put more of the offense in this year.
And Brantley County's 3A, and so you're able to see how many they have there on the opposite sideline. And the carries for about 4 or 5 yards. Looks like it's going to be about 3rd and 2 or 4th and 2 and 3.
And we're bringing on punter T.J. Wiley. T.J. transferred in this year from Albany, and talking with Coach Johns, he tells me that T.J.'s probably a Division I punter as far as a prospect is concerned. I was very concerned about our kicking game, but he brings a lot to the table with his ability to both kick as far as, I don't know about kickoffs, but kicking extra points and field goals, but also as far as punting.
We might just be turning a corner here. You say this guy transferred in. Now, we didn't recruit him and give him a job like we do over in Lowndes County, do we?
No, but I look forward to the day.
That's right. Yeah,
we just need a little bit more industry around here to get some.
It was always amazing to me how these good football players kept coming to Valdosta, and somehow their dads got a good job and transferred in.
Yeah. Let's see what anxious about the snap. Good catch. Booyah.
That is a nice punt, Rev. I believe you called that one.
On the 19-yard line. And
Yep,
let's see what our defense has got.
It'll be 1st and 10 on the 19 for the Herons when we get it started back.
Well, the first series, what do you think?
Well, it was there. It was there. It's just a little bit of jitters, I think. We just got to kind of get it worked out. I think we'll see more here in the next couple of series. They'll get all their spacing and get their timing down, and this is something that I think they're probably just a little geeked up for. I don't know.
Sure. And this is the side of the ball right here that really what determines whether you got a championship caliber team or not. We love offense. I do. I played offense. But defense, if you can keep the other team out of the end zone, that's the important thing.
They look good out there, Rev. I'm telling you, they look good. They got a good size to them. I think you already said they had some swagger. There's the ball on the field, and we recover it.
All right.
I can't tell you how many times last year watching the football games, Rev, that we would have a fumble just go our way or something that even if we fumbled, it went out of bounds or, just the breaks seemed to go our way. And here we are, preseason game. First snap for the offense and our defense, I'd like to say it was all our defense. It was just a great pressure there.
Yeah.
Got in and made it happen.
Looked good. Looked real good the way we had penetration on them. They're a lot bigger than we are. We had to call timeout.
Just as good as we were looking. We got to bragging on them too much, right? Just as good.
He's hollering for somebody. I don't know what the problem is.
That fumble caught us by surprise, I think is what it was. So we've got a timeout here. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back to you momentarily.
What we got here? We back on?
All right, Red Raider set up here. Matt Thrift fakes it, keeps it. He goes around to the left side, gains a couple. Again, Rev, it looks like it's there.
Yep. Just ain't quite got the timing down. What is Greg Wright?
Carry picks up 3 yards.
He's hopping around out there.
Hopping around, second play of the season.
Drell Green comes in for him. It'll be 2nd down and 7 for our Red Raiders. 0-0. We've got 9 minutes to go in this first period. Now, Rev, how are we going to do this thing? Is it going to be 2 20-minute periods, or we're going to?
I think it's 2 24 or 4 12-minute quarters.
It's going to be 12 minutes, then 12 minutes. We're going to treat it just like a regular game.
There we go.
Penalty on the play. Flag down. That's going to be a false start against our Raiders. That'll back us up 5 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 12. How do you like that math there, Rev?
That's pretty good. Did you learn that in college, or did you learn that in
It took a while. It took a while. Still working on it.
Oh, it was a good-looking play. We were coming wide. It looked like it was going to be a big gainer. Do you know who it was that jumped? I was watching the motion in the backfield. I
did not see it. I saw that wide open field with that speed on that Drell has going around the right side.
I believe it was Trent Crosby, number 52, a sophomore. I believe it was him that jumped off. All right, let's see what we got. You're right, 1st and 12. Okay.
Referees, this preseason for them too, right? They've got to get it all straight.
That's right. 2nd and 12. I'm sorry, 2nd and 12. Oh.
There's that big 71.
Somebody whiffed on big 71.
Yeah, it's going to be a loss of about 5 yards there. It's going to be 3rd down and long for our Red Raiders.
Jay Jackson's changed numbers a little bit this year. They've put him down having to play some guard this year. It just speaks to what kind of athlete Jay Jackson is. He's going to play some guard and be a linebacker on defense. So
Brantley County calls timeout there. We really we have athletes all over the field. As you look out there, I know we talked a lot last year about Ronnie Peterson and Jay Jackson being sophomores and freshmen and making the difference that they did. But when you have guys like that, it really helps in us not having the largest program in the world. It helps having kids that can be in different places and play in different spots for sure.
Here right now, where we're at in the program right now, we've got to have kids that can go both ways. We're not going to be able to play otherwise at a competitive level. We'll be able to field the numbers in the team. We won't be able to play at a competitive level.
You know you have an athlete, though, when you go from linebacker to offensive line.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, we're not talking linebacker, running back here, or, some of the traditional swaps. But when you can play all the parts of the field, that tells you have good athletes.
All right, one of y'all's got to get off the line. Ronnie Peterson.
That's Ronnie Peterson on the carry there. Rev, did he get any carries last year?
None that I remember.
He didn't look like he was real happy that he got tackled right there. I think he was thinking touchdown.
That's right. Let's see what we're going to do. We're going to go for it on 4th and 10. This close. We're a little bit out of football range. Field goal range. Let's see what coach is going to call right here. Will it be a pass play, or we've still not been able to get the ball wide into the hands. We're running short side of the field. Matt's
off the hands. He hit him in the numbers, hit him in the hands there. That was Greg Wright. He just dropped it.
Yeah.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Brantley County Herons. They're a 3A. We're 2A.
Right.
And so
and we're playing with them right now.
It is exciting to think about where we're at and being able to hang with them. I know they had a 1-9 record last year. They weren't lighting up the scoreboard, but at the same time, I think it's going to be a good matchup to be able to kind of see where we're at. And I really think if we would just execute, this wouldn't be much of a ball game if we just kind of put our heads together and get the kinks worked out. And I think you're going to see that as the game wears on.
We got big Deshaun Williams at number 62 that just came into the game. He's been hampered, has not been able to play or practice much during camp. Just came back this week from a foot injury, broke his foot, and he's just getting back in. But I believe he's going to be a key player. He's a senior this year, and he's a big kid that's got some athleticism. And I believe he's going to have to, step it up. He can be a major player, a major plus for us, both on the offense and the defensive line. Right now,
that defense is tough, isn't it?
I can see right now he's going to have to get a little bit lower. You can't stand up against Big 71. What is that cat?
You can stand up. You just won't be standing up long, probably.
What is he, 6'5", 6'6", maybe?
He's got to be.
And weighs probably 320?
He's mighty. That's what he is. It's 3rd down and 6. He looked like what I used to line up against in Valdosta Middle School, I think they kept him back for about 3 years over there so they could play middle school football.
I played against those same guys.
Full mustache in the 8th grade. It's kind of intimidating.
It's 3rd down. Hit him. Great, Matt.
Great play.
There he is again, stopping him on 3rd.
That's going to be
5.
4th down.
4th down and short.
Yeah, that's a good 2 yards. They're going to have to punt it away. I can't say enough. I know I may be overstating the obvious here, but I'm telling you, we just have I haven't seen this for years, just the athletes on the football field. To be able to, even if they're in the wrong spot, their athleticism is able to make up for it. And it makes it, if you've got good speed and good quickness, it'll cover up some mental errors. And that's good to see.
We got T.J. Wiley, who's back deep. There'll not be any pressure. He just gets to punt the ball, come up T.J., makes a fair catch, can't advance it. And there we are on on the Bacon County 44-yard line, 1st and 10. We've got 5 minutes and 44 seconds left in the first quarter. Just like you said, it's just been a little bit of a chess match. I don't think either team has executed very well at this point. That's why we have the scrimmage. We're still 2 weeks away from the regular season. But we've got our feet wet a little bit now. The jitters should be about gone. Now it's just a matter of working out some kinks and starting to execute. I look for us to be executing a little bit better on this series. We've had 2 series. We had a penalty. We've had different problems that's happened during the course of us running it. Let's see what we can do now. There you go. Pitch it. There it is. There it is. Straight north and south. There you go, TJ. No, that's Richard.
That's Richard Crawford.
Richard Crawford. Yeah, run over somebody.
Yes, sir. Takes it down to the 9-yard line. It's been there the whole game, Rev. They just finally put it together.
It's just a matter of putting it together, just like you said. And you know what that's going to do, don't you, Lance?
Yep.
What that's going to do is it's going to keep them from keying on DeJuan all night, and you'll see him pop one in a minute right straight up the gut, and then they're going to try to stop those 2. And then the fastest player we got on the team, number 6, Matt Thrift, he'll turn the corner, and he'll be gone. So
now, when you said in a minute, is that minute like now? Because I'm just imagining we're fixing to see a big 5 up the middle.
I think you're about right. I like this offense Coach Johns runs. I like it. TJ's looking in. Let's see what he's going to do. They're going to hand it to Juan. What is that? Is that number 5 like you called it? Did you call it?
I'll tell you what, that's not a hard call when you're on the 9-yard line and you've got a beast like that in the backfield. You just let the big dog eat. That's all you do.
Touchdown, Bacon County Red Raiders, the first of many this year. Great play, great call. That's what getting a good outside presence. It causes them to have to. They've got to honor their spots. They can't be flying to different places to make plays. They've got to honor their positions. And I'm excited right here. I want to see what we do right here. I'm excited about seeing what the snap looks like. I say excited. I'm anxious to see what the snap looks like. I know we got steady hands back there. We've got the ability to kick it. But the exchange right here is so important. You know last year, and any time you got South Georgia football, 1 point makes a lot of difference. Great. Woo. Kick it.
That is a nice kick.
Yes.
He's got a leg on him, that's for sure.
There we are, 5 minutes and 10 seconds left in the first quarter. Our Bacon County Red Raiders, 7. The Brantley County Herons, 0. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with you. We're going to take a quick break as they change. Stay right here with us.
All right, we're back here as Brantley County now has it 1st and 10 on the 30-yard line. They put the ball on the ground again, but the quarterback falls back down on it. It'll be a loss of a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd and 11. I'll tell you what, Rev, it's good to see the cheerleaders running across the front of us here. I almost reached out and got a football as they're throwing them. They're cheering down there.
We have got a bunch, a lot of cheerleaders. As you can see, we have got a lot of cheerleaders, and that is exciting. What last year's success just speaks and breeds success and breeds excitement all across the whole scope of things. People want to be a part of something successful. Is that why you a Baptist?
That's or something. I'm still trying to figure out what I am, Rev. They call me Baptist. I don't. Brantley County calls time out there.
Not taking anything away from the Brantley County Herons. Like you said, they had a tough year last year. But a good friend of mine is a coach over there, Coach Keith Mobley. He coaches a baseball team, and they went to the Final Four this year in baseball. And they had a very successful season. Them and Pierce and Appling County, all from the same region, were the final part of the Final Four teams. Of course, Appling eventually won the state championship. But can you imagine that? They beat Pierce for the state championship, but all 4 of those teams, or all 3 of those teams from the same region.
That ain't bad, is it?
No, it's not bad. It speaks a lot about South Georgia athletics right now. I know it's cyclical. You know, sometimes North Georgia's a little bit stronger, and sometimes South Georgia's a little bit stronger. But
all right, Rev, what'd you say? You lost me on that last word. What'd you say? That's what
I said popsicle.
Oh, okay. Where I was looking for it, I didn't see it. I was wanting one.
Cyclical.
Oh, okay. Are you feeling all right, or? We'd like to thank C. Bennett and Johnson Insurance for sponsoring this broadcast of the Bacon County Red Raiders as they play host tonight to our, not to our, but to the Brantley County Herons. It's always good to have community support, and we thank C. Bennett and Johnson.
We couldn't do it without these sponsors, and we do business with them. That's all we ask. That's all they ask. Just give them a chance. 2nd down and 10, a long 10. Throws it. Oh! Jay Jackson. If Jay Jackson would have reached out his hand, he'd have carried it to the house. I get a little bit excited. I don't think he saw it coming. He was just he was playing his zone, doing what he's supposed to do. If he'd have looked up.
Third down after that. I'll tell you what, some of these plays will get your heart going for sure. 3rd down and 12 for Brantley County.
They're on the Bacon County, or on the Brantley County 27-yard line, and they have to make it to the 40-yard line for a 1st down.
The stadium is pretty full here, Rev. I mean,
yep.
Considering it's a preseason game, it looks like all of Alma is excited about some football as well, and so we have a good crowd here tonight.
Coach Pooh hollering out instructions from his sideline spot.
Good hit.
Collision, and we forced a fumble, looks like. Did we?
Oh, you see, I think he held on to it. But
did he?
He was at 4 Red Raiders' feet by the
was
time
that Drell Green that came flying up there?
It was
Drell Green, a sophomore. He just laid the wood. That's what I call an old-fashioned slobber knocker, Lance.
That's it. I think I've been on the receiving end of some of those in my day. It is good to see that swarming defense, though. I'm sure Johns is going to be happy with that as he looks back on tape of what needs to happen. It's good to see every red jersey flying to the ball.
All right, that's punt, and we're going to take it on our own 41-yard line. You reckon we can send Richard Crawford to the right side instead of to the left side this time?
We are winning the field position battle. We've started every drive in good shape.
I agree with you.
I think last time we started right here and we got a touchdown. Let's see if we can duplicate that whole process.
You know, as we're talking, it's good to see our principal, Teresa Sermons, here tonight. Been battling cancer. She was up here early on leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance, which was an outstanding thing, and thank God that she seems to be on the way to recovery from this battle she has with cancer. A great principal and very, very good for our kids in the school system. Pitch. There we go. There goes TJ. There goes TJ. What a move. There you go. Great.
That is a
Took
nice
the north
run.
and south. Yes, it was. Took the lane north and south. TJ Wiley, our transfer in from Albany.
Looks like a good pickup already.
Yes, it does.
He's living up to his namesake there. He had a couple of nice moves to get about a 20-yard. Well, I guess it wasn't 20.
He's a Wiley.
That's
He's a
it.
Wiley vet.
Takes it across midfield. 1st and 10 for the Red Raiders on the 45-yard line. Got 2.5 minutes to go in this quarter, and we're already up 7-0.
They're going to try to play us man out here. What a slant. Oh, goodness. Oh, way to run the ball. Is that Greg Wright?
I can't see the number.
No, that was Ronnie
Is it
Peterson, number 28. Run the ball straight ahead as fullback.
Sticking it up in there, finding a hole, getting positive yards on 1st down.
Yes. Coach John's sending the plays in from the sideline. Matt checks his wristband. Matt Thrift calls the plays. Looks like we're going to have twins to the right. And we've got the what looks like a wing tee set almost. Player goes in motion. There he goes. There goes Ronnie Peterson.
Ronnie Peterson takes
there
it
you
down
go.
about the 22-yard line.
Great hole. Great hole. You could have drove a Mack truck through that hole. Great blocking. And here again, they got to give TJ just busted one for 15 or 16 yards on an outside pitch, and they've got to honor that. And what happens? We stick it in the gut, and here we go for another 20, 25-yard gain.
And it's awesome just to look out. I know when you said when you look up on the north side of the field there, we're looking at 2 receivers up top, and I know both of those guys go 6'2", 6'3". I mean,
right.
They've got good size. They've got good speed. You have to get out there, and that's just going to open things up.
There goes
and
Drill.
Drill goes around the right end.
Oh, they got us for holding. There's 2.
There's flags all over the place. I think
Yeah.
he threw 3. He makes about a 15-yard run there, but we're going to have to check the call on the field. It might be coming back.
Once again, as they're assessing the penalty, they got holding. Holding, would it be from previous spot? Or
it'll be from the spot. It's a spot foul. I don't know which spot. They've got 4 flags out there, so I think they're going to choose the one closest to us here.
They're going to call it.
They're going to back us up. Yeah,
Back
it'll
to
be
the 30-yard
1st and
line.
about 17.
Yeah. Put ourselves in a hole. We can't have that holding.
They're just padding the stats, Rev. They're just padding the stats.
Once again, we'd like to thank C. Bennett and Johnson Insurance Company for sponsoring this broadcast. And if you're in need for any type of insurance, life, health, accident, whatever, check with C. Bennett and Johnson Insurance Agent. Matt comes and steps up underneath the center. He's looking over his defense. He calls out and what have we got here? Great looking play. Oh,
nice play.
We got to have
number
some blocking.
24, Brantley County.
Devontae O'Neal, he took a little bit of time off and was watching the play. I'm not sure he realizes there's a football game going on here. He was actually playing the fan that time. The defensive back came up, number 24, and made an outstanding play. Don't look like we put a hand on him. He ran free right up to make contact in the backfield. We didn't lose any yardage, but didn't gain any yardage. One block, and we're off to the races.
Exactly. That's what I was fixing to say, Rip. I make a prediction. If we keep having to have one Brantley County player make the tackle or it's a touchdown all night, we're going to have a good night. Got some penetration there, and I don't think Matt ever even got the make the handoff.
Was that big 71 that made that penetration? They're firing off.
Yeah, I think that was number 30 for them. He just kind of submarined up in there and got right in the right place. That's the end of the first quarter here with your Red Raiders leading 7-0 over the Brantley County Herons. We're going to take a station break, and we'll be back to you when play resumes. All right, we're back here.
Change of quarters. Second quarter. Bacon County leading 7-0. We've got a 3rd and forever. Are we going to throw it? We're going to run it?
I say we're going to run it here, Rev. We've been having such nice runs. No reason not to. Thrift keeps it for a carry of about 6-7 yards maybe.
I wish that Brantley County would play a little bit higher. They are submarining our guys, going for their knees. That's just not a. I don't know. I don't like that. I guess because my son was a senior when they submarined him, and second game of the season he was out for the year with a blew up knee. They don't teach you to play low. They teach you to make contact up high.
I'll try to build it up. This is a 4th down here. It's 4th and 12. Let's see if the Red Raiders can keep it going.
We're going to throw the ball.
Intercept it. There you go. Now tackle him. There you go. Oh, well, we got to tackle him.
Matt wasn't able to set his feet.
Brantley County returns it out to about the 27-yard line. You don't mind him throwing that pick in that situation.
No.
He's just trying to make something happen, throwing the ball up to see if one of those tall, lanky receivers can come down with it. And so not a bad play by our quarterback there, just trying to make something happen.
One of our players did it. It looked to me all the way across the field, but it looked like we may have got our hands on the ball. But I don't know if it was tipped or what happened. I couldn't see it. Was it tipped?
It looked like a duck. He wasn't able to get his feet underneath it, and so I don't think it was tipped so much.
Just went right straight to him.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Way to go, Ronnie Peters. No, I'm sorry, Jay Jackson.
We're just stuffing everything. It's like they're not able to get their offense even running before we're in there firing off, messing them up.
Boy, Jay Jackson, good-looking athlete. He looks like a football player, doesn't he? Still bouncing around. He loves it.
They love it.
Bring me some more,
I'm telling you, they've been hitting each other. They're tired of that. They're just glad to have some fresh meat out there. What do you think about – we haven't talked about this yet, Rev, but what do you think about those jerseys?
I like them. I'm not – there you go. That boy right here is going to be tired of this before it's over with.
I just imagine he's tired of it already.
You know, I'm not originally from Bacon County. I know there's a little bit of talk about them adding black helmets and black to the uniforms. But, you know, I'm a big Georgia fan. Anytime you got red and black, you all right with me.
Yeah, that's a fact. Red and black's always good. Georgia, Falcons.
That's right.
We can roll with the red and black. They definitely look good out there, and it's I don't want to say it's more intimidating because when you've got some of the guys that we look like they're going to face, that our opposition is going to have to face all year, it's pretty intimidating.
There we go.
All in itself.
I
Speaking
can tell
of
you what.
That defense looks like it's starting to get its groove on right now. Was that Ronnie Peterson going?
Yes, it was. It was Ronnie Peterson, and I'll say this, Lance. I don't think anybody's going to be able to make a living trying to spread and go wide on us. And when that quarterback rolled out, he's going to be better off. They're going to be better off sitting there because we don't have a lot of size. I think this year they're going to be better off if they just sit in the pocket and try to make plays. If they try to go wide on us, we've got some speed, as you can see.
Absolutely. It is going to be a long day.
He got a pretty
trying
good
to turn
kick.
the corner. That is a nice kick.
Yeah.
To the 45-yard line, and again, we're in this same situation here, Rev, where we only have about 45, about half the field to go, and so our defense has really put us in good shape all night long. You know, we've been giving the ball back to our offense with only half the field to go to score.
That's right. When you're leading, you can kind of pin your ears back and come after people, and that's when you get the kill shots. And I believe they're bigger than we are, but it appears to me that we're the ones that's delivering the licks. They are taking them. We're giving them, and we're just going to see as the game wears on how our conditioning begins to take control, or if it does. I'm glad they're young guys. They should be able to go for a while, but
just Devontae O'Neal down here low just looks good. The pitch is again behind
just
the
go
Greg
down,
Wright.
Greg.
You can tell they haven't worked on that pitch, or they haven't had that kind of offense in the past years as the timing just isn't there. They'll work that out, though. And
it was a good play by Greg to be able to take it. Matt pitched it behind him. He was coming over, used his left hand to pitch, which is a little bit awkward, him being right-handed. Here again.
Now, they say Greg Wright's a little bit fast.
Very fast, and he's big.
I just imagine they're trying to pitch that ball just to get him on the corner with that speed.
I would think so, yes.
That is a beautiful sight down here to me, Rev, with these two tall receivers.
Yes. There it goes to DeJuan.
We got a flag way over on the far sideline there. See what the call is. Again, 7.5 minutes to go until halftime, and Bacon County is leading 7-0. I think they might be a sideline warning there, Rev. Is that what they're saying?
That's what it looks like, a sideline warning.
Sideline warning against.
I think the back judge actually got tired because there's been so much running going on. He got tired of not being in the program, so
he said, "Hey, I'm in the game too, Coach. Put me in." That's right.
Maybe, I don't know.
They have that BC outlined in black right there. It's talking about our jersey colors and how we've changed the thing. I like the helmets. The black helmets are looking sharp out there as well. It's got that flat look to it.
Yeah.
It's kind of business-like.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we had some more action going on there. False start on us. That'll back us up some more. We're winning 7-0. We're winning in the trenches, but we aren't doing it pretty.
No, we're going backwards right now. And we had a bad play. Let me say this. They're not stopping us. We're stopping us. It's not them that's stopping us. We're stopping us. And can't beat yourself, but that's why we've got these preseason scrimmages, so we can begin to – it's going to be on film. We can work out the kinks. We can see who's doing what and who's not doing what they're supposed to be doing. If you send Mr. Greg Wright out here running down, I don't think 17 is going to be able to keep up with him. There he is. There he is. Richard, catch the ball.
And he bobbles it and doesn't come down with it. But you're right, Rev. You called that one. He was wide open.
Yeah.
And those plays is just going to be able to give – we just have to be able to give Matt enough time to get set and to sling it. But he was wide open, and that was just a clear-out play that they were running for Richard there for him to be able to turn it up and get the yardage.
My son Matthew coaches some, like I said, with Bacon, and he tells me, he's a former quarterback, he tells me that he's never seen a quarterback with the accuracy on the run that Matt Thrift has on the run. He said he's special when the ability to throw the football while he's running. So
he put that one right on the money, didn't he?
You couldn't have. I don't think he could have walked up and handed it to him any better. It looked to me like Richard was turning up the field. He was wanting to see where he was going.
And he did get hit. It would have been short.
Yeah, we'd have been 10
anyway,
yards short. Yeah. Got another penalty? Looks like we're backing up. I don't know if there's a penalty.
Unsportsmanlike.
Okay.
Against Brantley County. Now they might be having a little something here in preseason. Hope. Looks like they're upset on the other side of the field there. So
is unsportsmanlike an automatic first down?
I don't think it's going to come with an automatic first down.
It is a 15-yard penalty. Okay, it's still fourth down. Unsportsmanlike does not carry a automatic first down with that penalty. Personal foul does, but not unsportsmanlike. Good snap. Booyah.
Yes, sir.
He's going to down it on
We have
the
us a kicker.
11-yard line. Yes.
We do
I'll take
have a
that.
kicker this year.
Yes.
We had one last year as well. We've been on a run here with our kicking situation. It's down at the 10-yard line. They can't do that in the NFL half the time, ref.
That's the truth.
I'm telling you what, I haven't, this transfer we got in, T.J. Wiley, he's looking like he's going to bring some good – he's going to be a good addition to the offense, the defense, and the special teams.
Well, I know his father who played basketball at Nichols, and back when Nichols had a high school. Terry's probably 48 years old, something like that. He's a couple of years younger than I am. And if he's got any of the athletic ability at all, and it appears he does, that his daddy had, we've got us quite an athlete. So it does not surprise me that he's able to do what he's doing. His daddy was the same type of athlete.
Got 7 minutes to go in the half as Brantley County here takes it over deep, 90 yards to go.
And
Hands
they
it
broke
off.
one
Good
off.
run.
That's the best run they've had tonight.
12 yards or so on the carry, gets it out across the 20-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 again for the Herons.
Yes.
That's the first down I think that they've had tonight. I don't know if you remember one, Rev. We've pretty much dominated on defense.
I believe that is the first down. Let's check with our statistician. Is that the first down that they've had? Yes, first down that they've had tonight.
I like the way even our defensive alignment, you can tell we have athletes on the field just the way they're.
There we go. Who stood him up? Is that Jay Jackson?
Yep, that was Jay Jackson in
number
on the
50.
tackle. It'll be a gain of 2. It'll be 2nd and 8. But as I was saying there, Rev, we have a lot of defenders in the upright position. We don't have many with a hand on the ground going after them. That just tells you we've got athletes that can cover the field and get after the ball carrier. Go with a 4-man front this time. Be a gain of about 3 or 4 there. It'll be 3rd down and about 5 yards for a first down. 5.5 minutes to go in the first half of our football season here as it's kicked off here tonight against Brantley County in this preseason contest. And the home team's winning 7-0.
I'm beginning to see some of our players start to put their hands on their hips. We may be tiring just a little bit. It's hot. It's hot and humid. Even though it's not as hot as it has been, it's still a humid night out there, South Georgia.
And there is a difference in practicing against your own team, as we've said, and it looks like they got us to jump off sides there.
For the life of me, I can understand how on occasion a defensive end will jump off sides, but how does a nose tackle jump off sides?
When you do battle down there in those trenches, it's hard not to try to get a jump on them, I guess.
Yeah.
That's going to be close to, well, now the referees are discussing it.
Aha, he's drawn off sides.
Yeah,
I told you. Look at what he said. I told you.
The quarterback may have done the old head bob on that one, Rev, and kind of did a little motion. They're saying they're going to start calling that in the NFL this year. For years, the Peyton Mannings of the world, if you will, could sit back there and do foot stomps and head jerks and all kinds of stuff, and they've gotten away with illegal procedure for years. They're going to start calling it. Looks like the preseason refs here in the old high school.
Well, they need to do something against the quarterbacks in the NFL. You can't tackle them anymore. You can't speak bad about them anymore. You can't put a bounty on them anymore. You can't do nothing.
I know. What's this world coming to?
There he goes. Good play. Richard took that blocker on his inside shoulder and took him on and kept his outside shoulder free and wrapped up the quarterback. Perfect technique for a linebacker right there. The lead blocker came on him. He kept his, like I said, his outside shoulder free, took him on his inside shoulder, and allowed him to reach out with that one arm and tie the quarterback up till help could come.
Well, it'll be 4th down for the Herons, and And so far, just in summation, it looks like we're just bigger, faster, stronger.
Right. Come up and get it. Ooh.
And again,
I believe
get the
there would
ball.
have been a couple of punts we already took to the house because he kicks that low line drive.
Yes.
He gets a little bit of distance, but it would not do him good to kick one like that in a regular game to one of our quick players.
This is preseason. This is a 1-9 football team last year. I'm sure they're going through their own thing, trying to work out their deal, but it is hard for me not to be just a little bit jacked up about some Bacon County football this year and just what could be. When you get to thinking, you look at the schedule, I know there's some different ones on there, and there's going to be some tough opposition when we go to Vidalia and play some of these games, but trying to temper expectations is going to be a hard thing to do.
That's true.
When I'm looking at what I'm looking at tonight.
There he goes. There goes Thrift.
Matt didn't want to toss it then. He said, I've got enough daylight. I'm going to take this.
That's right. Great keep. And he's quick around the corner.
Yep, he had options, and he said, I think I'm going to take this option here. I'm going to take these 17 yards. And it's 1st and 10 for the Red Raiders on the 35-yard line.
We're going towards the south end zone. For you that are not able to see it, we're going to the south end zone, so we're running towards the concession stand. Speaking of concession stand, I hadn't eaten supper yet.
Yeah. I was wondering when we were going to get to that. I wonder if somebody's out there listening good enough to bring us a cheeseburger or something.
There you go. That's a way to make something out of nothing.
Ronnie is running angry tonight. Did anybody make him mad before the game started?
I sure hope so.
He's not. Even when he makes a good 4 or 5 yard run, he gets up like he is really mad that he got tackled and he didn't get a touchdown. I think you're going to appreciate that in your running back if you're the coach.
That's right.
2nd down and 8.
Ronnie Rhino Peterson. That's what he told us last year. He wanted to be called Rhino.
He's going to have to live up to that nickname. That's a pretty stiff one right there. Rhino Peterson, huh?
That's what he wants to be called. There you go. There he goes.
Well, look at there, Rev. Just as soon as we start talking about him, you know, they say rhinos are pretty fast in the open. I don't think I could outrun one.
Hey.
He took that. He saw some daylight one step to the right, and he took it to the house. Just like that, it's 13-0. Our Red Raiders with about 3 minutes to go in the first half. Now, we were down here earlier, Rev. It was 4th down, and from what I've seen from this T.J. Wiley, it looks like he could kick a 40-yarder easy.
It does appear that way.
I was wondering why we didn't kick one earlier. Are we allowed to do field goals in the preseason?
Yes, I would think we would be.
We're just working on some 4th down offense, huh?
He shanked that one to the left.
Okay, well, here you go. I'll go to talking about it, and now I might be seeing why we didn't. I was basing all my information on one kick, wasn't I?
Let's see.
13-0. Our Bacon County, the good guys, are up with 3 minutes to go in this first half of the first game of the preseason here in the 2012 football season. We're going to take a break, and we're going to let you hear from some of our sponsors, and we'll be back momentarily.
Welcome back, everybody. As they were throwing, the cheerleaders throwing the footballs out, some of my church members down there make good members they can't catch.
Good hands, Pete.
Brantley steps under at the 30-yard line.
And there is no room. The ball is loose. Oh, and we try to pick it up, do the old scoop and run. Looks like we did come up with it regardless.
Yeah, Bacon County football. He was met in the hole.
That's number 12, Kyle Wilcox. Recovers it there for Bacon County. Just like that, it's going to be 1st and 10. The Raiders, I'd say that's some pretty good field position there that we just picked up on the 25-yard line. Let's see if we can get that Rhino going again.
I like it when a fullback who's supposed to be the toughest player, not saying this kid's not tough, I like it when the fullback from the other team, when he gets hit and his head goes to bobbing back because somebody put a lick on him, and we hit that boy in the hole.
It's easily to get caught up in the game, but we would like to thank C. Bennett and Johnson Insurance again for sponsoring this program and just being able to give us Red Raider football here this year.
Boy, the middle of the field is so wide open.
Have a timeout there. Looks like Brantley County's used their last timeout of the half. I think that's their 4th one. We'll call it the 3rd one because I'm not keeping up. With 3 minutes to go, 2 minutes and 52 seconds in the half, Brantley County calls a timeout. We're up. Good guys in the lead, 13-0. So do you watch much NFL now, Rev? Are you into?
I'm far. High school and college, I do watch the NFL. I watch football. I like football, but I'm not a huge NFL guy. I don't have a favorite team in the NFL. I kind of pull for the Georgia players. Georgia's my, Georgia.
Amen.
Is the team that I pull for, and of course, I graduated Ware County. I pull for Ware County some. My son went to Coffee. I kind of keep up with them. But I keep up far more with what's going on in high school and college football than I do NFL. Are you an NFL fan?
Man, I'm a little crazy about them Atlanta Falcons, and get into all that. Our dogs are I think ranked number 6. If we can get all our players back and get everything back, the way who was it? Spurrier said we can always count on them dogs. A few of them to be suspended and missing.
That's going to be one kind of game in Columbia. We got to go to Columbia.
Yeah, that's going to be a dog fight. 1st and 10 here. Matt under center pitches it out, and we're calling the play dead, and it's a good thing for Brantley County, I'm afraid. It's going to be a false start or illegal motion.
I don't know who's jumping down there, if it's one or if it's the same guy, if it's many, I don't know.
I think we might have. I think what it seems to be, it looks like we've got 2 guys in motion
at the
same time, because there is some, and it's beautiful to watch from up high to see all the misdirection and the way it looks like it's going one way, and clearly Johns has put some thought into this offense and how he wants to run. He's got the right athletes, as you said earlier. He's kind of starting to get his program into place now in his 2nd year here. And it's easy to see what he's looking for in his backs.
He just give a good coaching lesson to one of our sophomores that jumped off sides or was lined up off sides. I don't think he appreciated it very much in front of the home crowd, but he can get used to it. There's many more to come. Oh, good move, Greg.
Pitch out to Greg Wright. He didn't want to go down.
We got a flag there.
He didn't want to go down there. That's good to see. They're not going to go down easily. When these boys get the ball in their hand, they're wanting to take it to the house, Rev, and that's good. I'd like to see them just keep hanging on to that ball. Sometimes when you put forth that much effort, you get a little careless with the football. We haven't done that yet, but it's good to see the heart that we seem to be displaying. Even though this is preseason, they're laying it on the line out there.
They are. They're playing like it's the regular season. We're giving everything we got. And just so the sophomore doesn't feel real bad, Coach John just got all over a senior too. So,
yeah, I like how your son down there, Matt, is. I think they've got a 1-2 punch down there. The big guy comes in, and then Matt kind of tries to come in. Looks like I've seen him a couple times, kind of smooth it off. Like, this is what he was talking about. You should do this and spin this way. That's what it is, buddy. It's okay.
Coach Johns
It's
is
all
the
right.
hellfire and brimstone.
That's right. Matt kind of comes along and cleans up the mess.
He pours in the oil in the wine.
That's it. Now, Rev, I've been looking at the clock because I kind of look down there to keep up with it.
I think everybody else has been.
I think in the last 20 minutes, 10 seconds have run off, but I don't want to say that too loud because the clock man's down there. Thrift pulls it back out eventually,
There
and he
goes
pops
Matt.
out,
There goes
and he
Matt.
stays up, and he takes it in. That's just determination right there.
He got hit twice. He looked like a pinball machine. Looked like one of these pinballs that was
That looked
bouncing.
like the old fumble rooski there where you got three people up around. You don't know who has the ball. Matt said, I'll take this now, and he just steps out and bounces off of two and takes it to the house. It's 19-0. How you like that math? 13
like
plus
it.
6, 19-0, our Red Raiders. No one could ever say that Matt Thrift doesn't give you everything he's got on the football field.
Every time he touches the ball, he's such an important cog.
And we've got another flag down. We're really struggling with this illegal procedure. I don't know what they're seeing. I don't know if
Let's
we
get
just
it right
seem to
now.
be.
Let's let the referee tell us what we're doing so we can get it right now.
And I see Greg Wright slapping himself on the helmet, so I don't know if that's yet. Ronnie Peterson's out there getting things straight. It's funny to me to watch Ronnie play because you can look out there and just see how he's trying to be the commander on the field, and he's holding his teammates accountable.
Yeah.
He's not lacking any fire, that's for sure.
Maybe we didn't have enough players on the field. Maybe it's what it was because we just run someone out there.
I don't think they're going to throw a penalty on us for not enough people on the field, though.
I don't know. I don't
That-
know if
that
it's a delay
is-
of game.
I'm with you, though. That is wrong. I don't know if it's a penalty. It's always better to have 12 instead of 10.
Okay, now
T.J.
check
Wiley
it.
lining up again.
Whoop.
Yep,
That was good.
that's good. So it's 20-0 here in the first half. Got 2 minutes to go. Our Bacon County Red Raiders have really been impressive tonight.
They have been very impressive, and I keep saying this, but Brantley's not stopping us.
Exactly.
We've stopped ourselves, and that's what we have these scrimmages for. We got to work out some kinks.
As long as we can have these cheerleaders throwing footballs out to the crowd,
Well, that's the truth.
we'll know we'll be all right. That cheerleader right there, we need to put her on the football field. She just hit the window up here. She threw that. Again, we'd like to thank C. Bennett and Johnson Insurance for sponsoring us here tonight and putting up with this mess that we call a football program. We really appreciate you, C. Bennett and Johnson. Thank you for sponsoring our Red Raiders.
Look forward to halftime coming up. Foster Roland Auto Mart halftime show. And is the band going to be playing tonight? I'm not sure if I don't think the band's going to be playing tonight. So we'll be going off the air for the halftime festivities tonight. But then we'll be playing the band, and you'll be able to hear it all year long.
Pass incomplete there. He's rushed. I think that was Anthony Florence in the backfield there to hit the quarterback just as he released the ball. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Herons as they're trying something different now on offense, trying to do whatever they can to get some mojo going.
I'm glad they're throwing the football because when Pierce comes in here in 2 weeks, they're going to fling it all over the field. That's what they do. They've got a quarterback, a Division I prospect. He's been to all the big Southeastern Conference schools this year, this summer at going to camps. And a big kid, weighs about 230 pounds, supposedly, a D1 prospect. So they're going to try to light it up and throw it around, and we need to see the ball go in the air some.
And we have some of our players out of the game here, too. That's about a 3-yard run there up the middle for Brantley County. It'll be 3rd down and about 7, but I'm looking down and I'm seeing some familiar numbers down here on the sideline, which is a place where they're not going to get hurt.
That's right. And they've shown what they can do so far offensively and defensively. We're pitching a shutout right now. I stand corrected. We will be having a halftime show. Shane Bennett and Joe Boatwright's going to be taking over at halftime and talking about Booster Club stuff. And
is Joe going to sing us a song? Or?
I don't know if Joe will sing us a song or not.
Somebody needs to flip that track, Yo, and I bet Joe can get it going.
Here he goes throwing the ball deep.
That's a deep
pass. Right, good play. Good play. We
wide
had good
right
coverage.
there.
Yeah. I think that boy was just praying, "Oh Lord, don't hit me." Oh,
TJ Wiley. I think that's who that was on the far side. No, TJ's on the sidelines down here.
Look like Tron.
That's Devontae Batten, isn't it?
Yeah, number 4 is Devontae Batten, and he was also being helped out by Drell.
Yep.
And we got number 1, TJ Wiley, is back to receive the punt. It's 4th down again. Let's see if we go to the 2-minute offense. I don't know what Coach Johns has got.
Devontae was in good shape there on that pass coverage. He comes over, and Coach James down there, I see him giving him some more instructions about which way you want your body to be turning those hip rotation. That's big in the secondary. You make one wrong turn, and you're in bad shape. And so he seems to be happy there, Coach James was, with the way Devontae defended that pass.
Well, it's all about flexibility in the hips when it comes to a defensive back. If you're able to swivel, like you said, you can make up for a little bit of a lack of speed. But if you're not flexible, I don't care how fast you are running just straight, you got to be able to move. They're going to
call that halftime. They're going to say the weather is affecting our play here. I think they saw some lightning off in the distance, and so they're going to momentarily probably call it halftime is about the way it's going to amount, and we'll see if we can get this thing started back. We're going to let you go for a second, and we'll be back as soon as we get things started back up.
Looking for a used car? Need your current car serviced? Come to Foster Roland Auto Mart in Baxley. Choose from a large selection of cars and motorcycles and ask us about financing options. We have a full detail shop as well as a service department. We offer oil changes, front end and four-wheel alignments, window tinting, and more. Check out our inventory at FosterRolandAutomart.net or stop by 289 East Parker Street in Baxley. With over 32 years of experience, Foster Roland Auto Mart is the place to go.
Welcome to the Foster Roland Auto Mart halftime show, and it's Shane Bennett along with Joe Boatwright. And we're going to try to give you a little stats, a little information, talk about the Booster Club, and a little bit of everything else during this halftime show. So, Joe, what you want to bring us in here with to start this whole discussion with?
The Raiders, who started out looking a little nervous more than anything, they came out and had a few penalties, but as the game progressed on, they got a little more into the game. The offense started to flow and had some great runs.
Yeah, I think Bobby is probably getting his vocal cords stretched in there right now, because I know Bobby and I know what he saw in this first half. He is not happy because they look very rusty for the team that's been practicing as long as they have.
He wasn't real tickled about those penalties. Some of them were useless. The other team had several penalties also. So I think it was more nerves than anything.
Yeah, we killed ourselves one time after another with penalties in the first half. We didn't have any personal fouls or anything like that, but just not delay games, but false starts were really killing us the first half.
I think they were more nerves and just getting settled, and then had a couple of careless false start penalties that really set them back. And other than that, on their drives, they moved the ball well.
Yeah, and Matt he's such an artist at what he does with that option and pitching the ball out and holding it and reading that linebacker and that defensive end and bringing it in or pitching it out. Like I say, I think they're just getting the nerves settled, and I think we're going to be in a lot better shape. Our test is going to be that line up front. You know, we're small up front. We've lost some linemen this year, so that's going to be our Achilles heel if we can't block anybody.
And I think the power of the defense, they are extremely quick. Got to the ball well, tackled well, tackled in a bunch. There were several on most of the tackles. It wasn't just one. It was
a host of Raiders, as you said a while ago on the PA. Yeah, a couple of bright spots. You mentioned Ronnie Peterson. I know as a 11th grader, he stepped up. He's being what Coach Johnson's looked for as a leader. He has played some both intense football on defense and on offense tonight.
Yeah, DeJuan Merritt, who scored the first touchdown, he's had several carries run the ball hard, and he scored the first touchdown tonight and put the Raiders on top. And the run that Ronnie Peterson had probably covered 35, 40 yards or better, and he broke several tackles as he was headed toward the end zone.
Yeah, Ronnie, you got to get him focused. He was kind of like the old the movie Forrest Gump. You got to tell him when to start and stop, but Ronnie's going to run hard as long as he's got the football.
He's a pretty good kid. He's been in Sunday school class with me several times, and he's a pretty good kid.
I was impressed with Matt Thrift's run there. I mean, I thought several times he was down. He kept bouncing back up, and last year he got hit so hard so many times I didn't think he was going to get back up, but he kept, on that play in particular, just kept his feet under him and kept going. And I think some of what we've been seeing in that weight room all summer long, them working those weights and those legs and the squats and the power cleans and everything they're doing, those kind of plays is what makes a difference with these weights in the weight room.
Yeah, I was noticing in the pregame warm-ups, we had a pair of binoculars up here, and we was looking at some of the kids, and you could tell that the weight room has showed up through their legs and their shoulders and their arms, the way they are filled out. And I think the weight program will really show up this year and late in games. Got a little tired as the half wore on, started to see some hands on their hips, but it's hot and it's humid, and that's just early season
Well, that's
stuff.
one problem, and I was kind of concerned the way GHSA, I understand what they're doing with their rules about at practice and stuff. They can't practice so long, and they have to have water breaks in there. But when the game comes, it's one quarter after another. There's not breaks like that. So it's going to take a while for their bodies to get acclimated to playing like they are right now, especially in this South Georgia humidity.
Sure, you get out and practice, and practice is one thing, but you get game activity going on. It's a completely different speed, and it will wear on your body a lot.
Now,
more.
Bobby John's practice, he doesn't. He's different than a lot of coaches. He doesn't run any wind sprints or anything after practice. He carries the practice in such a way that he thinks he's running a full-time game after when they get done with practice. So But in his workout ethics, as far as in the weight room, what he does with the kids, I don't know if you've talked too much about it. He's taken the weightlifting philosophy from power lifters and from world-class sprinters, and he's combined those two workouts, and that's I think what we're seeing out there tonight. So a lot of that, but just from the negative side, it's just we're rusty. We don't look as sharp, but I think that's going to come. This being a scrimmage game, first game, when we got a lot of folks out there that have not played any first-string football before that are playing for us tonight. So,
and one thing that is very, very impressive to me is this is just a scrimmage game. I know it's a pre-season scrimmage game, but the crowd that has showed up here tonight at this football game to support this team and to show their encouragement is just amazing. We talked about it earlier. It's several years ago. Here, this would have been a hometown crowd, and it was all the way around the fence on the end zone, and the bleachers had quite a few people.
So we're getting word right now that we may start here back shortly, so hopefully we'll have some football back for you here in just a minute.
We will be resuming the game from what the referee just said.
Another quick thing, Joe, what we talked about earlier was T.J. Wiley, kid that moved in from Westover by Albany. The kicking game that we've got this year is going to make a huge difference down the road.
Yeah, we was noticing him in the pregame warm-ups. He was easily punting the ball 40, 45 yards, and one even longer than that from the end zone, kicking it across midfield.
Yeah, I was impressed with that. And Bobby said he's a Division I kicker, so he showed that tonight. Even his field goal attempts. He missed one there, but I think it was just a little bit of nerves and stuff. But.
Oh, yeah, just getting started, new. He's a transfer from Westover, came in. Very good kid from just hearing people talk about him.
Yeah, he is. And he is ready to go. Bobby said he's every position he plays 100%. So I'm excited we've got him. That's not something we've had the luxury of in the past is the kids moving into Bacon County that can play football like that. So we're excited about that. Another thing going on tonight, this is a scrimmage night. Football's going on, but our Lady Raiders are over playing softball right now in Tattnall County.
Yeah. They playing in a tournament there. They played Metter earlier. They beat Metter 10-1. Madison Taylor hit a grand slam in that game, and they're in a lightning delay just like we are here, and they're leading Pierce County 3-1 in that game.
Yeah, I think talked to the coaches on the softball side. They've got a real good shot next few years to take it to Columbus and go all the way. So we got a lot of exciting things going on as far as sports go here in Bacon County. A lot of change. I mean, like you said a while ago, this crowd is just really good to see that. Even with the lightning delay, our folks hung out and didn't leave. I kind of thought the place would clear out, but this place is still packed and folks hanging around the fence everywhere. So they're hungry for it around here, and I think we got the perfect storm here if we can just keep this going.
Oh, I'm excited too. I'm looking forward to it. Several years as we've been coming along looking, I told you earlier, this is the excitement that you felt just around the community. I seen several announcements on Facebook where people were counting it down hours and minutes, and I was thinking that's what you need because that just makes such a big difference in your community.
Yeah, this is a lot bigger than football. I mean, it's a community. Everything that's going on here. These kids have really just sparked this whole community. And I think, and what a lot of people don't understand too, these football gates that we get, folks coming to football games help support our softball, our basketball, our baseball, all those other sports in the school. So this is just a good all the way around when you support football. And with that in mind, we want to just give a plug for our booster club, our touchdown club. If you're out there and like to become a member, you can go to bcraidersfootball.com. There's a link on the left-hand side called handouts, and click on the booster club form and download it and get it to one of the members on there, and we can get you go. We meet every Monday night at 8 o'clock, or 7 o'clock, sorry, and Coach Johns will go over the game preceding week and talk about the game coming up, and you can ask questions and stuff. And Sunday nights, Joe, we have our coaches show. It started last week. It starts at 8 o'clock, and we can go over Coach Johns, pick his brain, and you can send a question in to askthecoach at bcraiders.com, and we'll put your question on live on the coaches show.
It's a very informative show. He answers all your questions. He puts all your concerns, and I think all those things help him be the coach that he is. I mean, he is a wonderful coach. He encourages the kids. He don't mind getting them. He don't mind telling them and saying, hey, don't do it that way, but just as quick as they make a great play, he don't mind telling them that too.
Well, you sign up a good coach, you'll see these kids. These kids go through a brick wall for him, so you know he's doing something right because they're willing to do whatever for him. He's got a way of getting it out of him. It takes more than knowing X's and O's to be a head coach, and he does everything about it. And we've added Matt Peavy this year to the coaching staff, a good role model, local Alma Church of God here. youth pastor there. I mean, we got a lot of good things going on. Coach Mike Hartley moved in from Florida, is helping this year, going to help with baseball as well. And the big coach Pooh Garrison is our defensive coordinator, does an excellent job. Him and his wife and his army of kids moved in. He's got a bunch of kids, and his wife is working hard to not keeping all those kids in the stands down there.
It's truly exciting going on. We got our new school fixing to start being built, and with all those things going on, and you add a winning football program into the mix, you just don't ever know what a community may do. And those kids right here that's on these football teams this year and last year's team help promote and encourage the community in a lot of different ways.
That's exactly right. It's just been fun. This is what small town America is all about, cousin. Right here is getting to see it and getting to feel it. I mean, they're coming out warming up right now, playing the music, and crowds up, dancing and having a good time. And this is just good, clean fun. It just don't get any better than this.
Don't want to live nowhere else. It's like I say, you see people in the crowds that you don't see other than to come into here. You don't go to church with them. You don't work with them. You don't see them much.
Right.
And, small town living. That's what we like.
Yeah, football gives us an excuse to act a little crazy every
That's
now and
right.
then.
I told him up here earlier we about to get excited, be butting heads or something up here.
Well, there was a couple times I think we did.
That's exactly right.
But we're going to have in the future, we're working on stats that we'll have. We'll be able to break down the stats. We're working on the software right now to kind of working out the kinks this week, but we'll have accurate stats next week. Based on what we have right now, we got, I think it was a negative 17 carries for negative 12 yards in the first half for Brantley County. And I didn't get the exact yardage for Bacon County, but I know we were on the positive side by at least a couple hundred yards because we had a couple of wrong runs there. And again, that was attributed to Matt reading that defensive end, that linebacker, and being able to put the ball out or pitch the ball out. So
that offense there is not just an offense you say, hey, I'm going to be the quarterback and run. You have to not just be an athlete, you have to be a smart athlete.
Yeah. You
have to know the things you have to read on and the things you have to do, and Matt's doing a wonderful job at that.
Yeah. And so we're going to see what's going to happen here in the second half. We're excited about it. This is the first halftime show of many this year. So hopefully each week you'll tune in to the Shane and Joe halftime show, sponsored by Foster Roland Auto Mart. And if you would like to be a sponsor of one of our halftime shows, pregame or postgame, you can give Brent Johnson a call at the school, or you can email him at brent.johnson@bcraiders.com. And we always have room for somebody that wants to support the Raiders.
Be proud to have you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
Well, we have resumed play here tonight. I didn't think we was going to get this back going here, but we are set back up, and looks like Matt
Brantley
is
deferred, so they get the ball in the second half. Good defensive play by our linebacker, Romeo Carino, middle linebacker. He's a new name. We didn't hear much out of him last year or anything out of him. And I really don't know the kid's story, but I know that he came out here and took a job and has got him a job as a middle linebacker. He's anchoring our defense. They say he really is a headhunter, really likes to hit people, and we saw him filling in nicely. If we can keep everybody to 2-yard gains every play, we're going to win a lot of ball games this year.
Well, and I like the way at the middle linebacker spot you have to be able to line people up and get everything going, and he's been doing a lot of that tonight. He stepped right in and kind of been the quarterback of that defense.
Yeah!
That pass is wide.
Great play by T.J. Wiley.
That was close to being a lateral there, my friend.
Yes, it was.
That was close to being a lateral. Great play. Just jumped the route, saw it the whole way.
That right there just comes from good film work. He saw the alignment, and he recognized it as one of their plays and what they do out of it, and he jumped the route. It was he needs to be careful, because the next time they liable to pump it and send somebody flying down the middle of the field. But
yep, he showed good instincts on that.
He sure did. He's been impressive to me tonight. I don't know about you, but Carino, Romeo Carino and T.J. Wiley are two people that were not on. Whoa.
Got a penalty, another flag here. Looks like it's going to be a false start.
And that quarterback is very thankful that it was.
Yeah, and I'll agree with you there. We came into this ball game knowing who we were going to be bragging on probably as we look at the numbers, and we kind of know who's going to be the leaders of this team. But as I look out here, I'm seeing new numbers, I'm seeing new names, and they're not just out there. They're making plays. They're making a difference on the football field, which is a great sign to see.
And we got Payson Sams out here, number 9. He was just a skinny little kid last year as a freshman. But I want you to look at him right here. Now, that's a football player. He's going to make a huge difference this year, and he's only a sophomore. There you go. Great play, great play. This cat, he has got to be big for us this year, and he's already stepped up and made a great play. Number 62, Deshaun Williams. He's a senior this year. He's the one that's been battling a foot injury. And, I mean, that boy wasn't quick. He was sudden through that hole.
I like how he popped up. He just kind of stood up and looked over here like,
business as usual.
What do you want me to do that again, Coach, or what? Was that good enough? We are just, I mean, we hate to keep belaboring the point, but it's pretty clear out there tonight that we have the superior athletes, and our kids just look better than their kids. We're really,
and I tell you what really looks – it's not that we're bigger than they are. We look a little bit more athletic, but I tell you what the difference is, in my opinion, is we want it. We brought the fight to them. And
exactly.
We're in it to win it. We didn't just come out here to entertain tonight. We came out here to win a football game.
And the players have bought into the weight training program, and they bought into the whole system. As you said earlier, you put a winning season together, and the kids kind of jump on board with the program. And so we've seen an increase in attendance at all those things. And it's in these moments when you kind of look at two teams as a spectator, you look out, and you see the teams look about the same. Well, when one team's pushing the others back, it's very clear somebody's done their work before they get here.
Oh, that was a collar tackle. He grabbed him by the face mask. Number 64 for Brantley just reached up and grabbed DeJuan by the face mask, and Matt pulled it. Not much of a gain, if any, very little.
Matt
actually
never
looks like he may have lost a couple.
He never seems to make the wrong read there.
Yeah,
he's if there's one thing, we've talked about how fast he is and how great, even just great of a kid he is, but time and time again he has put that ball in the belly and left it or pulled it out and made the right decision.
There goes Greg Wright. Great. Go down.
Refused to go down. He doesn't want to.
No, he's fighting for every yard.
He takes it down to about the 27-yard line. It's going to be third down and looks like about 5. Again, if you just tuning in here, it's 20-0, the Raiders, and we've pretty much dominated the whole night. There's 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. We had a delay, lightning delay. We've got the second half started off here, and those black helmets and red jerseys and the people inside of them are pretty much putting on a show here tonight.
That's right. I hadn't mentioned Dylan Miles tonight. Dylan's got a shoulder injury, and there's a good possibility. There you go, Matt. Good read. Yes. I don't know that he's got a first down yet, but he did pick up 3 or 4 yards. It's going to bring up a fourth down. I don't foresee us doing – we may try a field goal here, but just to say that we tried it.
That's a classic case right there of they had the right defense. We were, they were in position to make the play, and just because of determination and probably a little bit of weight room action, we still get a good gain out of it. Makes it a fourth down. That's
what's that? 4th and 3, 4th and 2.5. And we're on the 25-yard line. Let's see what we do right here. He pitches it. There he goes. There goes TJ. Is he going to get in?
Yes, sir.
Oh, he
TJ
calls
all
him
the way
out
down. He's going to call
on
him
the
down
1
at
yard
the
line.
1 foot line.
Yeah.
And just as soon as he pitched that ball, you see Johns down there with the with the hands up like touchdown. That had to be a pretty sight for
And
Johns.
that's quite a
as
gutsy call, to be honest with you, Lance. On 4th down and 4th and 3, and you pitch the ball wide. It's pretty gutsy call. But you know what?
everything.
You can do that when you're up 20.
Yep, everything seems to be rolling now.
Yep. It's looking good. We're getting a little bit more in sync. I expect Coach maybe to play our starters through the 3rd quarter, and then
I was just fixing to mention that. If you look down there on the sidelines, you can see some helmets on, some new numbers. They're kind of getting up by Coach. I just imagine they're saying, put me in, Coach. Here the Raiders are, 1st and goal, and we have a penalty flag. False start. That's going to back us up 5 yards. It'll be take it from the 2-yard line out to the 7.
that kind of stuff right there just kills me.
That can't happen when we get into the region games and when it really starts to matter. I'm sure, we're announcing that we're up here and everything's great and we're singing a good song. I bet when Coach Johns gets into the locker room and he starts talking with these boys in a few days, I just don't imagine he'll be singing the praises as we're singing them right now.
Oh, no, he's going to talk about just how terrible we played, and he's going to point out every imperfection because perfection is what he's looking for. Thrift comes up underneath center. He turns and pitches it to Greg Wright. Wright's looking for the corner. He's going to walk in to the end zone. Boy, that boy's big and fast, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Yes,
He's been wanting the end zone for a long time now. Greg has stuck with the program this year. Last year, he was a kid that had to sit out the first 5 or 6 games due to some disciplinary issues, but now he's back. He's lean and mean. He's one of the strongest kids we got on the team, one of the fastest kids we got on the team. He's got some things that you can't coach. He's got some talent, some size, some speed. And TJ steps back now. Matt is waiting for the snap. TJ squares off. Here's a snap, good put down, and right through the pipes.
Absolutely. 27-0 with 7 minutes and 53 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. We'd like to thank C. Bennett and Johnson Insurance again for sponsoring this broadcast and putting the Raiders on the air. It takes people like C. Bennett and Johnson Insurance to make this thing happen, and so we just thank them for sure.
Oh, we do. Appreciate all that they do. They've always been there for the Red Raiders and their sponsorship, and it's people like this that make this thing happen. And we appreciate all their good help and all the good folks down at C. Bennett and Johnson. Our cheerleaders won it one more time, throwing out the footballs, even in a preseason game. Wow. Josie, cheerleader, sails one up here, almost throws it out of the stadium. You know what I like? If you look right here, Lance, our players coming down, they're grinning, they're smiling. They brought the sledgehammer out here when they run out. They didn't come out here to play. They came to work, and it looks like they meticulously have took on the task tonight. And here, still 8 minutes, almost 8 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, and we're already up by 4 scores. Oh, great play by our defensive end there. Is that Jay Jackson again? No, let's see. That's number 25. New number. Antonio Madison. He's an 11th grader.
I was just watching the Carino kid you've been talking about right there. He stepped up in the hole and put his face mask right in. He about disappeared, but he took on that lead blocker and kind of, I don't know that he had much impact on the play, but he didn't back down from the fight. That's good to see.
Let's see what we got here. Who was it? Jay Jackson reached out and touched him. I don't know if it
well, one thing about it, blood's in the water.
Yeah.
When the blood's in the water like it is now, it's kind of like when you're facing a pitcher in baseball and he's throwing lollipops up there, everybody's ready to get up and get a hit. Well, that's about the way it is right now. the dogs are out, and they're hunting right now.
Coach Pooh is having church with somebody down there. He's 3 or 4 yards on the field. He's talking to that defensive line. He's not liking them jumping off sides. Oh, what a blow. Who blew that play up?
That
Number
is Anthony
17.
Florence.
Yeah, the nose tackle.
Yep.
Weighs a
Florence,
$150,
Anthony.
and he's in the backfield. Don't you love it?
And again, you mentioned a kid a minute ago talking about how much he's grown. I think you was talking about Passan Sam. As Anthony was in the line this morning getting some breakfast, it looks like he has been in the weight room for sure. And
He's
so
a
you say
bodybuilder, they
$150,
say, yeah.
and he has.
But he's chiseled.
that is a fact. He has wide shoulders, and you can tell he's got a good packing a little booty there.
Good kid too.
Yep, good kid.
Yep.
Matter of fact, he makes a pretty good caterpillar in a production I saw.
Oh, wow. What a play. What a play. Ronnie Peterson just came and took on the blocker. He blew it up 3 yards in the backfield. He just was looking for somebody to hit.
It's at this time of the game where if you're a Brantley County Heron, you're just not having fun.
You're playing for a lightning delay. You're praying for.
It is just not a good day right now. All of the Red Raiders are in on defense. They're hunting.
Yeah, they're going for it here on 4th and about 4.5 yards, maybe 5.
They're going to try to get us to jump.
Yeah.
That didn't work. So now he says, hey, let's try it again. Let's line it up again and see if we can get them to jump now. And we're going to run a play. And that goes nowhere.
You see
That's
the Carino
again.
He went in there like a bullet.
I think it's easy to see why he won a spot. He's not afraid to put his head up in there.
Have you heard the song, Put Me In, Coach? I'm ready to play.
That's right.
That guy right there that was running the ball, he's singing, Take Me Out, Coach.
That's a fact.
He's going to have a headache in the morning.
As Carino's up in the middle, you look all around him, and it looks like athletes, everywhere. And then there's this little fire plug in the middle.
That's right.
That works out perfectly.
The two smallest players on defense, one is our nose tackle, and the other is our middle linebacker, and they pack more punch or as much punch as anybody on the defense.
Well, it's 1st and 10 here for the Raider offense, and in the first half we were getting it with 55, 60 yards to go. Now we seem to be going on a run, and we're getting the ball because of our great defense with about 35 or 40 yards to go for a touchdown. 27-0 again here, your Red Raiders.
We called a
timeout.
We had some substitution issues.
5 minutes to go in the third quarter as we're going to take a station break as well. And we'll join you just as soon as Bobby Johns gets them back ready.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. Our offense is already got Ronnie Peterson. He's trying to pump everybody up. So our offense is waiting for Brantley County to come out and line up for the defense. It looks like they've got some new white shirts in. Brantley does. Big number 71's not in there any longer, and I can't say that I blame the coach for pulling him out. He is the one guy that was able to physically. Wow.
That pass is complete, beautiful pass, right on the money. We do have a flag down, and Thrift doesn't look like he's happy to see it.
Devontae O'Neal, we got a holding penalty against us. Oh, Lord, I'd hate to be the offensive lineman that held somebody.
Pass was complete. I have a flag
You know, as I sit here and look, I'm wondering if Coach Johns didn't throw that long pass just then in this situation, just so Pierce County can see it on the film. Just so they can say, hey, they can throw the ball too.
I imagine he's working on every facet of his game. It's going to take it. You're not going to be able to be one-dimensional to go through this region and to be able to pick up the wins we're going to need to pick up.
No.
You're going to have to be able to be multidimensional. And I know in the past it seems as though, and I've been one of those fans that kind of said, what, again, we're running it 3 yards up the middle off tackle, and you get kind of frustrated. But when you don't have the players and you don't have the personnel to make a high-flying, pretty offense, so to speak, you have to go with what you have. And it's clear that this year, looking at these Raiders, the way we're set up, we have athletes that we can probably implement whatever Bobby Johns wants to do.
I think so. It's just a matter of execution. Matt steps back up underneath center, takes a snap. Oh, wow.
He fumbles, puts it on the ground, and they're scrumming for it. I've got my money on Matt.
Yep.
He recovers it. It's second down, and PA announcer says 23. I'm going with it. He counted it, he says.
Yeah, he had off his shoes counting them off.
Good deal. I believe it.
If he didn't have 6 toes on both feet, he wouldn't have been able to get that high.
Number 13 down here close to us, Dalton Allman has been open a time or two as well. I don't know if they're going to. Matt keeps it. He brings it up, gain of about 4 or 5, takes a good lick there. That looked like it was going to be more serious than what it ended up being.
Yeah, he snapped his head back pretty good. It looked like somebody got him with a knee in the helmet. That's the way them concussions happen. He's still not addled, but he's still.
Boy, he took some shots last year, and he just kept getting up, didn't he?
He sure did.
Tough kid, good kid. Leadership starts from the top down, and then football is the quarterback position, and there's no doubt that Matt Thrift has been a godsend to Bobby Johns as he came here trying to build things up. And so it's awesome to see a young man step in and kind of take control.
Pitch it. Get it out of your hands.
Drell Green with some nice moves just to get yardage out of that one. There were guys in the backfield.
Well, I'm glad that Matt's just getting it out of his hands at this point. It's 4th down. We're going to punt it, try to pin them deep. What are we going to do? We may try to throw it here.
We send Trevor Williams in. That's another sophomore. And bring Kyrie out, the big guy out. Looks like we're going to try to do something a little quicker here.
Yep.
4th down.
Maybe brought somebody in for pass blocking.
I wonder if we have a little skullduggery for him here.
A who?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did I used to date her?
I don't know. We're going to try it again. It worked last time. And this time, we've got a flag down, though.
It's throwing it at Devontae again.
Yeah, it looked like pass interference all the way from here. It's a long way over there. The light was in my eye, but I think I saw it. Pass interference, that's what I'm going for. If it is, that'll be a 15-yard penalty and a first. Oh, they're going to call it on us. Pass interference on us. That's not the way I saw it.
Oh, that was intended for Tron Folsom.
Penalty on the play also.
Trent Crosby now, number 52. Another sophomore we have. Comes in. It's going to be. That was 4th down. They're going to accept the penalty there, Rev. Is that make sense to you?
No.
Still 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go.
Are they bringing the offense on? Yes.
Okay, they declined the penalty.
No, they accepted the penalty and get the ball.
Was it post? Okay, was it? Yeah, they got me on that one.
Pass interference, offensive pass interference.
So on the offensive pass interference call on 4th down, I guess it's
Is this where the line of scrimmage was?
No.
So they assess the 15-yard penalty and then give them the ball.
And then give them the ball. It's a loss of down and penalty. Offensive pass interference. That's what's coming down from
on high
from the from the referee that we have up here in the booth. So that's the best field position they've had all night. Starting the drive.
They've got it 1st and 10 on the 42-yard line. He stays in there. They're not giving up.
No.
He crosses the 40s down to the 38. That's a good pickup on 1st down for him. It'll be 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 from the Bacon County 38-yard line. 2 minutes and 17 seconds left in the third quarter.
Carino just came out. Antonio Madison comes in, takes his place.
Woof.
And that play's blown up from the get-go.
I don't know who it was come knifing through there. Let's see. Looks like it was. It was DeJuan Merritt that come knifing in there and kind of blew the play up.
Ronnie Peterson had his head up in there. That big 62 right there on the line, Deshaun Williams, has made some good plays tonight, and he's going to be a factor down the stretch. You can tell he's got the makeup to be right where he's at.
He got the high tail and
then look at Anthony Florence right there.
You know, come on, Jay. You know better than that. They just wanting to get across the line, and instead we give them a 5-yard penalty. He puts it, instead of 3rd and 6, we got 3rd and 1 now.
Offside on the Raiders.
That kind of stuff just drives you crazy as a coach.
This is something that coach will work on. I guarantee it.
Mm-hmm.
This is something we saw last year. You know, quite frankly, we saw this, and it's hard to fault the players when they're excited and they kind of go in the effort kind of fouls, but just mental mistakes like that.
Crazy. Yeah.
You have got to remedy that. They're going to measure here on this 3rd and short. Got 50 seconds to go in the third period with our Raiders leading 27-0. I'll tell you what, I don't know about you, but I've had a great time here tonight.
I have too. What has been the impressive part to you? What's impressed you and what's concerned you tonight, Lance?
Well, just looking at the athletes that we have on the field, I know I've mentioned that, but I've been here a dozen years watching Red Raider football, and we've never been one to back down from the fight. And we've always played with heart and that kind of thing. But what I'm seeing out here tonight is a different team in so much as there are athletes on the field. I know this isn't something that just even happened, not to take away from Bobby Johns. This isn't something that just happened this year. This is something these guys have been playing football for a long time, and it just seems as though sometimes
you get that class.
You get a couple of grades there that they play together, and these guys here years ago, 11 and 12-year-olds, were making their mark on the game, and they're playing well together tonight. Third and short here. They give it in 35 for him. Keeps it, and he falls forward. He found a hole right through there on the right side, and he takes it up. The ref's going to mark it down at about the 28-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 again now for the Herons. Now, make no mistake here, Rev. They're wanting to keep him out of the end zone.
Well, I would be doing the same exact thing. I'd be calling up blitzes and everything else because there's nothing like pitching a shutout if you're a defense. And as we've talked all night, the defense is the heart and soul of your football team. Has to be if you're going to be a contender. Wrong play.
He looked like he had it wide open, and that just goes to show you there as we've talked about, the lateral speed of this defense. you're going to have to bring it if you're going to get out on the edge against these boys. That's going to be a timeout for our Red Raiders. Let's take this moment to talk about our softball team. I hear that we beat Metter in a tournament here just recently, 10-1 today, and then we were up 3-1 in the second game, and I think it was under lightning delay. And
Madison Taylor, who's pretty sure last year set the home run record for girls as far as softball was concerned. I don't know if the number was 16, 17, 18, something like that. And she had a grand slam against Metter, and like you said, leading 3-1 during a lightning delay. So,
and that young lady is a grand slam of a girl. I'm telling you, she is a good girl. A lot of those softball players, again, as we've even been talking about a little bit, they've been playing together for a long time. I helped coach some of those years ago. I don't wonder if they'll give me any credit for what they're doing now, but they're
one
playing
of them
ball.
told me, said in spite.
There you go. That sounds about right. And it does sound like you have talked with them.
Not really. It wouldn't take anything away from you. You know, these community coaches they have a lot. Should be able to take a lot of pride in the fact that they've helped coach these kids and develop them early on.
And there is big-time community involvement in the softball program in this town.
There's no doubt about it. I've never seen anything like it.
Which speaks volumes because, a lot of times it's just the guys that get all the, accolades, but the girls in this town, of course, when you bring home state championships, it's hard not to get some representation there, and they've definitely done a good job, and so it's third down and 9.
Okay. I messed up there. It's not Madison. Madison Taylor did not.
I think that was Caroline Taylor.
That was Caroline Taylor, yes.
You were thinking of.
I'm sorry.
I was going to let it go, though, because I know Madison. I know she'd be proud of that stat.
I think somebody called in and said, don't tell that idiot not to make the mistakes again. It's probably their daughter.
This is my first time working with you. I didn't want to call you down on it. So. And I like Madison, so I was going to let it roll. I was going to talk to her later and say, man, I hear you're the home run champ.
I'm getting some scores here. It looks like Coffee at the end of the third period was ahead 39-0 over over Cook. Lowndes is up 24-0 over Thomasville. Camden was up 34-7 with 1 minute left in the half over South Cobb. McIntosh Academy is beating Brunswick 19-6 at the end of the third quarter. Valdosta is up 28-0 over Ware. Let's see. End of the third, Valdosta 35, Ware 10. Just some updates. Now, understand this is just scrimmaging, but you get an idea of what's going on. And that's basically all the scores that I have at this time. Just looking up, see if I can get some more scores.
Looks like the head coaches have gotten together there. They just had some communication out there, and maybe they've agreed to let some other people play. Maybe that's what they're going to do here. But that's the end of the third quarter. They're going to start the fourth quarter here. Again, good guys up, 27-0. 12 minutes to go in this preseason contest between the 3A Brantley County Herons and the 2A Mighty Bacon County Red Raiders. I think what they've decided is in the fourth period, which is now, they're going to start putting all the subs in. You can see our Red Raiders down here with their helmets on. They're ready to get in the game. Hey, they've been playing practice dummy for a long time. They're ready to get in there. And
if there's any kids that deserve it, it's those kids that run the scout team. Put them in. They may not see a lot this year. They're young. We've got some people.
35 for Brantley County. He breaks loose, and he's going to score.
Touchdown for the
He's going to score right off the right side. He just kind of popped it right over there and said, looky, looky, it's wide open. And so that breaks up the shutout. It's 27-6 now, Red Raiders.
Well, they run basically the same type of offense that we did, and it was just a quick hitter. That's going to give coaches something to work with, try to get our players ready. So not all things especially in these situations here, if they score, it's not always bad.
That's right. Plus, and socialism, keeping it all square. It's nice to encourage those kids too. I'm sure they wouldn't have their heads up real high if they went back from here with their tail tucked between their legs.
Well, being we're trying to head towards a socialistic country, it wouldn't surprise me in the next 3 or 4 years that they take all the scoreboards down.
That's right. Take the scores down. Run the clock when you get up by 20. Do all these things. We're all in this together.
Sit around and sing Kumbaya.
That's it. So that's the line we're taking, right? We were doing that. We are encouraging the Herons right now by letting them. We let them score. Is that our story?
Well,
I just imagine that's probably where we're not going to be able to. We're going to have to fall short right before we say that. Matter of fact, looking at this meeting that Johns is having out there with them now, I'm thinking that plan probably isn't the way it went down.
No, he don't like it. He don't like it, and he shouldn't. He shouldn't.
And I think he's got.
Coach, and I remember we won one time in high school, and we won big, and all of us were strutting around. And next Monday at practice, you'd have thought we'd have lost 60-0. Our coach nearly killed us. He didn't want us to get the big hit.
Yeah, and here, speaking of big heads, number 62 is coming out of the game. I see another big head out there, though. We're still leaving some of our players in, some of the skill positions, our starters, but we are working some new numbers in there. We're going to call timeout. The officials have a timeout. So with 11:52 to go in the fourth quarter, our Raiders are up 27-7, and we're going to pause here, and we will get back to you as soon as they resume play.
That's what I've just texted my buddy from Pierce to see if he'll give me a score.
All right, we resume play here. Again, the Red Raiders 1st and 10 on the 30-yard line. Matt hands it off to DeJuan again. He just doesn't want to go down.
No, he didn't, and all of our offensive linemen are standing up, and DeJuan's on the ground, and that just means somebody didn't get blocked. And he's bringing in Jay Jackson. Looks like Jay is going to guard. And bringing out Romeo Carino, who also plays some guard. Looked like Romeo got a little bit of a chippy shoulder, just a little bit. He got a stinger a while ago. He may not be 100% right now. And we're going to need him to play some guard. You see him favoring his right shoulder. We fumbled the ball.
I think we were probably, guess what? Another illegal procedure there against the Red Raiders. Again, it hadn't been pretty. Or I guess let's put it this way. When it's been pretty, it's been pretty. And when it's been ugly, it's been ugly.
Yep.
That said, it'll be 2nd down and probably about 13 They get it marked off. And I would imagine just at this point both sides are just wanting to get out of here without no injuries and just kind of they've got probably enough film to kind of see what they're working with. And with 11 minutes to go in this contest, the Raiders are up 27-7 and have pretty much dominated this whole game.
I totally agree with you. Second down. Matt takes snap, hands off to the fullback. Ow.
They just hold him up, and
Punish him.
it's sad to say I've been in this situation a lot. The Brantley County position where really all you can do is try to take it out and hit somebody, take some of your frustration out. And there are some new numbers out there for Brantley County, and they're eager to get in and say, "Hey, coach, look, I can play too." And so they're not going to slow up just because the game's 27-7 and they think it's out of hand. They're going to keep bringing the lumber.
There's a young kid, a nice kid, Stephen Smith, number 16, who is just a sophomore this year. I know he's made all the workouts, and he's getting some playing time.
Looks like Devontae O'Neal pass is deep for him. Oh, and it's just
Good
broken
play by
up.
The safety. Good
Absolutely.
Play. Safety made a great play on that.
Did Thrift put that on the money or what?
It was a perfect pass. Perfect pass. But the safety came over. He saw it right away. It doesn't appear to me there was any play action to hold the safety that time. He just dropped straight back from under center.
Yeah, I think Matt probably looked at it a little too much. If he looks back at the tape, coach is probably going to tell him, hey, look that safety off and then go back to it. But regardless, that was a beautiful pass.
It was a beautiful pass.
And when you're at this stage of the game, you're working on different things. You're still coaching. I mean, you've got a kid that's a senior. He's leading your football team. In spite of all that, there's still room for improvement. And these are the things that coach will look back on and say, hey, we need this play here. We need that play there. You need to do this and look this safety off.
Booyah.
Those are things that are going to make a big difference, 3 or 4 weeks from now when we're playing region games and it really matters. That kid's excited he caught that ball. Number 25
I'm excited
for
that
Brantley
kid
County.
caught it. I've never seen.
I think that ball went over the lights. When you said boom, I looked for it, and then it came down out of the sky. I know he thought he was catching a fly ball. He just didn't have a mitt.
Isn't there a song out there, I bring the rain or something like that? That boy brought the rain that time.
I'm telling you, that'll let your punt team get down and cover it.
Sure will. Not only did it have great hang time, it was about a 42-yard punt. That was an awesome punt. I am proud of me some TJ Wiley.
Yes, sir.
That's going to play
year,
big.
The kicking game, especially when you get into region games and we all have the same kind of players, one stiff leg will make a huge difference in a ball game. Brantley County takes it. He hands it off right up the middle. And he's still not down. He's dragging ball carriers up to about the 38-yard line. That's going to be
number 15. He's trying to earn a position.
Ball carried by number 15 for the Raiders.
He's one of the cats, one of the players this year, tonight for Brantley that's shown a little bit of fire. He's one that got that late hit penalty on him a while ago, too. He's just got – he's mad. You can beat me, but you ain't going to make me like it.
I just got word that our girls won against Pierce County 6-4 in softball. So
fumble.
Another fumble on the play. The Herons recover it. That's going to be a loss of 3 or 4. It's going to be third down and about 7 now for them.
Jackson Miles, a 10th grader, is just checking in.
Check that.
I was mentioning Dylan Miles a while ago, number 80, standing on the sideline. Had some shoulder problems, but he's going to play a big part. He's only going to be out another couple of weeks before he's able to participate. He's going to be one of our linemen that comes in. He's going to play a big part for us this year if he can stay healthy.
8 minutes to go in this game. It's third down and about 5 for the Herons. Again, they put it right in the gut of the up lineman, and the up back, and he's going to get about 3 yards. It'll be 4th and short for the Herons. Again, we'd like to say thanks to C. Bennett and Johnson for sponsoring this program and this broadcast and just making it possible for the Bacon County Red Raiders to be on the air tonight.
Just got an update. Pierce County, who is our game one opponent, is up 16-6 over Charlton at the end of the third. He's trying to get us to draw us off sides. Let's see. Last time they run a play off of this.
It looks like he's going to be short there, Ref.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, he just went in, and there was nothing there. He just kind of fell over right on his thing. It's going to be 1st and 10, Red Raiders. Good stop by the defense.
Good stop by the defense. I think the outcome of this game right now, according to our crowd, the way our reaction is right now, it appears to be a foregone conclusion, at least to our fans. We just had a big stop on 4th down, and we don't get hardly any emotion out of them.
Oh, Jackson Niles, little number 34 right down there. I say little, he's a good-sized kid, but he had his nose up in there on that last play. That's good to see.
I like it. And we should be emptying the bench now. We see some of the same players staying out there, but honestly, we're very, very thin in some positions, and our backups are our starters.
Yeah.
They're just moving from one position to places. Yeah. So got Dalton Almond, who's a hard-working kid. He played a lot last year. He's lined up out here wide, number 13. Looks like Drell Green is going to go up underneath center. He's our second-string quarterback, one of our starting defensive guys, and one of the starters on offense. Let's see what he does as quarterback. Takes a good, hands it off.
It looked like he kept it, didn't he?
Yeah.
He hands it off, and that's Antonio Madison takes it up. That's a junior, and his first carry of the season. I hope he carries it a lot this season, Ref.
I do too. He
takes it down to the 26-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Red Raiders. Matter of fact, I hope I see.
Number 20, Will Newberry. He's in right now.
Stephen Smith up wide at receiver at the top.
Yep.
Matter of fact, I hope Drell Green is quarterbacking a lot as well. We'll know we're in good shape when we have the backup guys in the fourth quarter.
Right.
What that does also is allows you to build depth and lets those guys get better as well, and you have a more complete football team. I know it used to be where I come from, we'd play these teams and we'd be the homecoming opponent kind of deal. A lot of times it was a lot more fun to play in the second half when you had the ability to play against somebody from Valdosta that, be your caliber of play. Those guys, the starters, would be in trench coats, or petticoats, or whatever kind of coats they'd have on the sidelines by the time the second half rolled around.
Good turn. There goes Drell. He's a tough character. Talk about another kid that's just really worked his behind off in the weight room. Drell Green, good kid too.
Jared Dean comes in now. It's a sophomore. And so coach is working them in, sprinkling them around.
It's a first down for the Raiders.
And the clock's just ticking here, 6 minutes to go. 27-7, the Red Raiders are up here in the fourth quarter. It's been a good night to be a Raider. Devontae Batten's left open here. They're now defense is recovering, bringing somebody over.
Yeah, we had a kid from Brantley make a play, come from the backside and make a play. Evidently he was blitzing on the play, a run blitz. I don't think we're going to see very many pass blitzes against us this year. We just don't throw the ball enough for somebody to be blitzing us on a passing situation.
Well, overall, summarizing tonight's contest, I'd say, of course, we've handled the ball game well. We've definitely made some mistakes. I'd love to see Drell throw one down here to Dalton Almond to kind of finish it off. Instead, he's going to keep it. He's going to drive, taking on 3 defenders. Taking it down, it'll be third. He's going to be at about the 11 or 12-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 7 for the Red Raiders.
Once again, we want to thank C. Bennett and Johnson Insurance Company for all their help, their sponsorship. We appreciate all that they've done for us and do for us. We wouldn't be having this broadcast without them. So let's be sure and thank them. They are the one that's taking care of us as far as this broadcast is concerned. All of our sponsors, our pregame sponsors, Cohen's of Alma and Southeastern Propane, they're hands it off.
That's Antonio Madison pulling him into the end zone.
He would not be denied.
He would not. He said, everybody else has got their chance. I'm fixing to get mine. You know, a good sign of a healthy football team, Rev, is when you've got many people toting the rock, and it's not one-man show. It's a team effort, and clearly that is what Coach is trying to do. He's trying to get it to where if one injury doesn't put you out of the game kind of deal. Right. You don't want to be too reliant on one individual. I know a lot of times they'll rotate people in on the defensive line or offensive line in football, but a real good team, especially running the wing tee and the offensive schemes that we have, it takes multiple running backs. And when you have that and you have the athletes to do it, you can open up the offense, and that's what it seems to be.
Well, that's exactly what happened even in the first half. This new found pitch that we didn't, like I say, last year we run the triple option, but we didn't pitch the ball at all. This year we've thrown another wrinkle, got a little bit more motion, and now they're going to have to pay attention to us. Not only do we not run the option every play, we run it a lot, but we just got the turnaround naked pitch that we're doing and got some speed. And the linebackers and the defense is going to have to honor their lanes. And when you put the kind of speed that we've got in some of these players and some of these players, that's their athleticism, when you put them one-on-one, then they're going to be able to make a play. They're going to be able to swivel out of the play or run over somebody. So, it's all about matchups. And this offense creates matchups if you got the athletes to run it.
And it is a nightmare to try to figure out who's got the ball when you're having to defend. Instead of just between the hashes, you can kind of tackle everybody. Well, when they're spreading them out and you've got somebody running out 10, 15 yards to the left and the right, and you having to defend sideline to sideline, you're talking about some kind of pressure on the defense. They've got to match up the same athleticism and smarts as the offense has, and it just puts a lot of pressure on that defense to maintain.
Brantley takes over again on the 30-yard line, which is the way it is in these scrimmages, no kickoffs. And number 4, who run a lot with the first team, he's back in there. I don't know if they're trying to score again. Yeah, big number 71. They're starting offensive tackle. No, actually, he's a starting offensive guard, I think, number 71. He's the biggest kid, one of the biggest kids I've ever seen on a high school team. And he's somewhat athletic. He's not blazing speed, but you can tell he's a football player. He is a starting tackle.
Payson Sams comes in and tells Jacob Carver to hit the sidelines, and Peter Simmons, who was in the ball game, comes off. Now we got a little bit of confusion on defense. They keep it, and they get a 10, 11-yard run as a result of it.
Jacob Carver, a big, good-looking freshman.
Now we're really trying to get everybody in the ball game now,
That's
Rev.
Right. That's right. We're emptying the benches. 68, William Merritt has just come in. Number 60 is coming off the field. Tyjon Mosby, he played last year. That's Buki. That's Buki's brother.
3.5 minutes to go in the game here in the
I'm
opening
anxious to see what this Carver kid does. Let's see what he does. Big number 41. He's lined up out here. Is that him in on the
Yeah,
tackle?
I was fixing
yeah.
to say. Let me show you what he does. I think he rode that guy for 8 seconds. I think that was a score. We're gonna have to call that one. I rated about a 76. Looked like to me.
Number 53, Trevor Williams, checking out, and looks like Ty John's about ready to go back in. Some of these kids are tired. I know their jerseys is all sweated down, and their shirt tails is pulled out. And they came to work tonight, had a good piece of work for the most part. Got some things we got to tighten up on, things that'll cost us a game. It was a good read.
Another good run.
Yeah, read off of our defensive ends, which their option. That's what it's supposed to do. Number 21's coming in, Demetrius Williams, who is a freshman, good-looking athlete. I think he's the JV quarterback right now. And our starting JV quarterback broke his collarbone. He's going to be out for a few more weeks. But running that scout team, that's when these let's see.
1st and 10 here. Brantley County takes it again up the middle, and they're just content to kind of go with this. There's 2 minutes to go in this contest. Raiders are up 34-7. They've got an injury now on the field, official timeout.
I hope it's just a cramp.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
I hope it's just a cramp. I hope he's not played all night long to get. Let's see.
That's my. I don't know if you've heard my whole football legacy story, but that's my story, buddy. Broken collarbone. I don't know if you've seen, the little movie Napoleon Dynamite where Uncle Rico says, I could have made it in the NFL or whatever. I could have been a star, throw a football a quarter mile. That's my story. As a young kid, I finally got my chance to be quarterback. Right before the first game, some of the last practices, coach calls my number. I'm running around the right end, fixing to hit my stride, and the littlest guy on the team goes to hit me low, and I knew that was what he was going to do. And so I went to jump over him. That didn't go well. Broken collarbone out for the year. That went well. It's my life story, buddy. Day late, dollar short. So here I sit with you.
I'm sorry.
Here I sit with you. Nothing,
making millions.
That's it.
I'm sorry.
A story of what could have been. A story of what could have been.
You had me at Napoleon Dynamite. Oh, as
Son,
you can
I could
tell,
still be running.
We're getting late in the game, and the announcers, the internet announcers here, we're getting a little bit silly. But
2 minutes to go in the game, 2nd and 5. I think that player did just have a cramp. He looked like he was kind of cramping up and hobbling off. They line up.
Really, I've not seen cramping as an issue with us, and that's surprising, as human as it is. This is the first time I can remember this quarterback keeping the ball the whole game, number 4. And I'm not saying he's not giving the right feed, but I have seen times where he handed the ball and he took off around the end. Nobody was there. Just appears if he had kept the ball a couple of times. Number 51, Tyler Moore, another sophomore, just checked out. You got Tron Folsom, who's coming off to the sideline, number 10.
We have been. I mean, we've played well, but we haven't shown a lot to somebody who's. Look at it. That was a great lick right there. Great lick. Who are those numbers? They're excited about it.
I know they laid the wood to somebody. Who's that? Number 34.
19.
34,
19.
Jackson Miles and
LaFonso Nails.
Yeah, LaFonso Nails. A
Looking
ninth
good.
grader, freshman. Yeah. And they got them on 4th down. These guys are hungry. Big J Carver. Look at that freshman out there. He's one of our defensive ends. Man, he's a man among boys out there. Good-looking athlete. Hands it off. Looks like they're going to get a first down.
Yeah,
that's
they get
all
that
right.
first
We're
down.
fighting. We've got
40 seconds to go. I think they're going to call a timeout, or maybe the chains are just going to.
Carry for a first down. Middle.
Number 35, Sloan Brigman, is coming to check in, another freshman. We got a lot of freshmen and sophomores on this team. I want you to stay tuned. At the end of the game, we're going to be interviewing Coach Johns. It'll take us just a few minutes to get down there to him. I'm going to leave you now. Check out. I look forward to seeing you 2 weeks or when we take on the Pierce County Bears here. Be sure and come out and support your Red Raiders. And as we take on our cross-county rival, the Pierce County Bears. God bless you. I'm going to turn it over to Lance now, and he's going to carry you the rest of the way. And I'll be back with you in just a moment, just a few minutes, with an interview for Coach Johns.
Well, the Herons are looking like they're going to be content to just let the clock run out here. There's 9-8. As the fans start to head out of the stadium, I think everybody would say it's been a great night to be a Red Raider as the clock hits 0.
Good job, Raiders. Your final score.
Now this goes to our sideline. All right. And we got to pack those over. All right. Forward. I'll get this one. I'm not noticing. I'm going to go down there. So take me to the north.
I make a good woman steal. I make an old woman blush. And I make a young girl squeal.
No. She was tonight. I know who she is. All right, now you cut it. In that blue box, like that. This bag has to go in first. I want you to hand me all those. This bag.
was a good time to win. I know it was just a scrimmage game tonight, but you know what? It didn't feel like a scrimmage game. We was out here trying to score. We was trying to keep people from scoring. Your overall view tonight, I know there's a lot to work on, a lot of things to look at, but your overall feel tonight.
Well, I mean, aside from just some small mistakes, I mean, a couple missed blocking assignments on stunts especially. Not really any turnovers, fumbles-wise, but, you know, jumping off sides. Little things like that we have to correct.
You had a standard hit.
But I thought offensively,
that's cool.
It was one of those situations where there were certain things we wanted to do tonight and look at, and we got a chance to do that. We got the ball out on the perimeter, which we didn't do last year. And I'll be honest with you, I had no idea what it was going to look like. We don't get a good look at practice, so I had no idea what it was going to look like, and I thought it looked excellent. I thought Matt did a great job. I thought Darrell came in and did a really good job behind him. Defensively, I thought we really chased the football tonight. Now, I think we're going to see some things on film where we, you know, had some bad angles and made some mistakes along the way, but I really like the way we chased the football. I hate that we gave up a touchdown. And I think they caught us on outside veer, and I think our outside backer got a little bit upfield, and they hit us, and we got blocked at safety. So, I mean, it's just one of those things. I hate that we gave that up because we played good enough to not let them score.
Well, it looked like the first series or two, we had a little problem on spacing on a pitch with Richard. He was a little bit too close there to Matt one time, and then Matt later on in the game pitched it a little bit behind Greg. But other than that, I thought our pitches looked good. And man, I think last year, if I remember right, we pitched the ball one time all year. That's what I thought I remember from last year. But this year, it's a brand new dimension that teams are going to have to get ready. And I was up there commenting, and I just said, watch now. We pitch the ball, watch them. They're going to have to honor the pitch. And no sooner that we said that, than bam, Dewan goes 7 or 8, 10 yards right up the middle for our first score. Your overall, the physicality of our team this year, we always came to play last year, but this year tonight we were punishing people.
I think we were physical. I still think we can be more physical. I think we're going to have to be more physical in 2 weeks when we play Pierce. Definitely going to have to be more physical when we play Vidalia and Toombs and those guys. But I do think we're definitely a lot more physical than we were last year. And not from a lack of effort. We had great effort last year, and we weren't scared of hitting. We did hit people. We're just much stronger this year. And, best example in the world is Matt Thrift. They couldn't tackle him. Right. And that was just the weight room. I mean, I signaled on the sideline that's the weight room, and our kids felt that they understood that was the reason that we were able to do that, and they maybe they're buying into the things that we're doing right now.
A lot of people don't say much about it, and this will be my last question, maybe your last comment for tonight. But T.J. Wiley and the special teams, hang time punts were outstanding. We kept them in the hole all night long because of the ability to punt the football. Now I know they didn't have any returns or whatever, but
no rush. That was the biggest thing. So we'll see how it goes with a rush.
But even even with the extra points and stuff, a pleasant surprise tonight.
Well, I mean, that's a huge dimension on a single A, double A level to have a guy that can punt the football that way and kick the football that way, and we still feel like one of the best things that we're going to do is in our kickoff return game and stuff. We feel like we're going to be excellent there. So, and we didn't even get a chance to show that tonight. So I think last year we lost a lot of field position battles on special teams, and I'm hoping this year maybe we can flip that field a little bit.
Well, that'll make a lot of difference. Coach, go celebrate and look forward to Pierce County. Got a lot of work to do, but we know we're up to the task.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, we appreciate it one more time. I want you to join us here in a couple of weeks when we play Pierce County. We had a good-looking crowd tonight for just a scrimmage, but next, or 2 weeks from tonight, on the 31st, this place is going to be rocking. Pierce County, they think they're going to go to the Dome this year, so we're going to have a big time here, and I would dare say this may be the largest crowd that Morris Johnson Stadium has ever seen in 2 weeks. Don't miss it. Be a part of it. We look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks here on the internet. God bless you.